At the time, I was so homesick that I didn't eat anything for like 2 days, and then I discovered Nutella on toast, and it was a good day. Started eating again.
That Nutella brioche thing I got from the city, man, that was good.
Sounds good.
Mama.
Are you okay? Is your computer okay?
Yes, thank you for asking. This is a smooth move.
Did you get it on you?
A little, like on my pants.
Oh, look at this.
Wow, thanks, guys. That was like about as lucky as it could have been.
Action-packed start to the show, everybody.
Ports are all good. The ports are clean.
Yeah.
You mean your underwear?
Like underwear
well,
ports.
Those
just put on
those
clean
ports
underpants,
are-
so-
I'm
Yeah.
putting in my ports.
Are you good to go?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll take your water.
no, don't. I'll keep it because I'll put it like under.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks, guys.
Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 848, the Toxel Podcast. The Go Nintendo Podcast is part of the HyperX Podcast Network. Listen to our show and other great shows on podcast.hyperx.com. Mom, Brain.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to read a
I
Pokemon?
think you should give it to Do.
Are
Do
you
you
sweating?
want the Pokemon?
I'm sweating.
Please tell us about Toxel, please. Do.
Toxel, number 848. It stores poison in an internal poison sac and secretes that poison through its skin.
Welcome, Zach.
If you touch this Pokemon, a tingling sensation follows.
Oh.
For who? The Pokemon or for myself?
Oh.
Rrrr. Height 1 foot 4 inch. Weight 24.3 pounds, 24 pounds. Male and female. Category baby. Ability static. I can't believe baby's a category. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm
I'm
going to
baby.
start playing Pokemon now.
That's the time.
Unless there's
I hear
any
a lot
news
of people
stories
are real
about
excited
Pokemon
about
today,
it.
then I won't.
There
are.
should be. I don't know. I guess there's one in there. Oh
definitely
yeah, there's
is.
one. There's
There
one.
definitely is because I read one. Static abilities. Static. The Pokemon is charged with static electricity, so contact with it may cause paralysis. Hence the tingling sensation that follows.
Oh, okay.
Rattled is also an ability it has.
Rattle?
Dark Ghost, Rattle, Dark Ghost, and Bug type moves scare the Pokemon and boost its spark. I don't know what I'm saying, folks.
Thanks, Stu.
Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Does anyone here get the rattle comment? It is a Nintendo comment. Rattle?
Yeah, it's from the Mario Kart.
Hey,
battle
this guy
mode.
gets it. Dude's here,
Nintendo
everybody.
64. Ooh,
Mom Brain is here.
Sure am.
Kirby is late, but will be here. And yes, he's back. Nicky Hill has returned. Nicholas
Hey.
Mountain has decided to show up to the podcast
Yeah,
for once.
Thanks for having me. I just want to say my therapist says I'm a Toxel person, but looking at this little bugger, he's cute. I'm here for it.
Oh, my therapist is a very toxel. And of course, the one, the only, Josh Grobot is here. Josh, how you
I'm
doing?
here to grace you with my presence.
Josh, I don't remember if that Tetris Murders thing aired yet, but according to the podcast art, we actually, I think this was talked about last week. You stood up George at dinner, and I saw that Rosie was there because you were at home watching the.
Yes, I really did.
I guess it was on then. Was it good?
Boring.
Oh, boring. Probably because it was all about murder and not really
That's
about
none of your business.
not really about Tetris. And of course, yes, George, go ahead.
Did you know you can play
I
Tetris for
did.
free on Tetris.com?
Thank you for reminding everybody. George is here. George, how are you, my friend?
G-Money.
George, are you here, George? George, how was dinner last week?
Oh, it was fine. Sorry, it took me so long to answer you.
Moving on.
You looked great. It looked like a fancy place you're having some
I
dinner
was
at.
confused when you called me G-Money. But yeah, it was a fancy place.
And what did you have to eat?
I heard about that double date. Well, it was supposed to be a double date.
Yeah,
That's-
we saw it. We have photo evidence.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
But
to
yeah,
get
what'd you
stood
have?
up like
What'd you
that.
have to eat, George?
I had lime encrusted chicken.
Oh, is that a thing? I don't really eat chicken, so
It
How do
can
they-
be.
I
They
guess
made it
if-
special for me. They know me there. They know me there.
yeah, the fancier the restaurant.
What'd you have for dessert?
Oh yeah,
I don't think my date wants me to talk about that.
Oh! Wait, by the way, we saw your date. If you haven't seen it in the podcast chat, go check out the picture for last week's show because he's got a beautiful woman with him. Definitely.
She had the lime of her life. That's
I'd say she's looking quite sublime.
Looks
Actually.
like probably had a key lime pie.
Looking like a snack. Well, George, I'm glad to hear you had a good dinner. I like knowing you get out there and you have some fun over the weekend. Also, hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Joe, Shabadu, and Giant Reggie, and Highland Tom, and Roth with that damn picture, and Mom Perfect Brain, and Backseat Studios, and I already forgot whose names I said. William George, and Anastasia Beaverhausen, and Retsuza, and
our
Storbus Corvin,
George, you're in the
and
chat.
Kotori, and Blood Ocean, and whoever else I didn't see. Thanks for joining us on this weekend for the podcast. Hello, Super Blast X. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I have nice gift highlight, Tom. I have do I have something to talk about today? I do. Yeah, I have one thing.
Preach.
I only have one thing this time. Oh, that's a lie. I have other stuff. First off, thanks to the timestamp crew for doing timestamps each week. I greatly appreciate it. Also, I have started looking for someone to do something else for the podcast.
Steintain.
I used to do the highlights channel, and I don't have the time to do it.
But I've seen everything.
So I'm looking for someone to come aboard and do the highlights channel for me. So that will be roughly 3 to 5 clips uploaded to YouTube and Twitter for as long as Twitter exists of segments of the podcast that are entertaining or informative to spread the word and make the rounds. So if anybody reached out, I talked about it on Patreon. If anybody reached out on that, thank you very much. I will be getting back to you. I was planning on
I
doing
wouldn't
that
have a problem.
this weekend, and
So-
we'll figure out what's going on.
People will listen to the podcast
Sometimes,
and choose 3 to 5 highlights.
and like cut out the video
And
snippet.
people are willing to listen to this garbage.
They, I get timestamps from people, so at least 4 people listen to it. Yeah, so
Nice.
we got them. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna
Numbers.
I have enough submissions now from people who are interested in doing it, so
I'm sorry,
I
don't
think
mean
I'm
to
gonna
call this
stick with that.
garbage. Shovel.
Shovel, thank you. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll get multiple people to do it so everybody's not like feeling inundated. Bless you. Every week with
Where am I?
tackling a show. But look forward to that. So we'll have some little snippets of our stupider moments and our interesting discussions and all that.
Hello to Thrill.
My
Mo.
snippets.
Hi, Thrillmo.
Little
Did you
box
say
for my
hello to Super Blast
snippets.
Sticks?
I did. There's that. Okay, the other thing. So I was on TikTok
Preach.
and I keep getting video. I don't even remember what games people are talking about on TikTok, but it's like, this new game is gonna be amazing. And in that like TikTok voice that some
Did
people
you
do.
know?
And it's like, this game's coming out from so and so, and it's gonna be blah 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 blah. And then it's like, best of all, it's on Unreal Engine 5. And they all say this. And I'm like, is this how low gaming has gotten? Where like a selling point of the game is it's on Unreal Engine 5? What does that even matter? What does that even mean? Like Unreal Engine
Killer
1
graphics.
through 4. We've had them all. We got 5 now. Like, I can't imagine like thinking about buying a game and being like, well, it does have Unreal Engine 5 and that's your selling point. Like,
Tetris for Jeff.
I no, Tetris is not Unreal Engine 5. Definitely not. It just makes me so sad. Like,
this is where you're getting your news from now. It's just TikTok.
believe it or
Solely
not,
TikTok?
I don't get my gaming news from TikTok. I was talking about something I saw on TikTok, but I've seen it a lot in videos, mostly on TikTok, but in general. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get it. And I know this probably makes me sound like an old man and a video game boomer and everything, but I don't care about graphics and all that, but I just can't. I guess I can imagine being excited about that because like back when I was 8 or 9 and it was like 16-bit, 32-bit, like that stuff. But as the years went on, I grew out of that. But I don't think that's the case anymore. I think this is like adults that are like Unreal Engine 5 and ray tracing and all this stuff. And I'm like, does nobody care
Yeah.
about the game anymore?
Well, it's in a similar vein. I saw this, and this is also just as legitimate as TikTok, but I was on Reddit and there was like a picture, screenshot of the newest Pokemon game, and it looks like, admittedly, the screenshot looks pretty bad. It looked like ugly, and the comment was like, they don't care about the graphics at all, or something like that. And then like every comment under it was like, it sells so well, why would they spend time making good graphics and stuff? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't think the like pitch perfect graphics are what Pokemon games go for. Like, it's the
Well, first off, hello Colossus, hello 10th Division. With Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we're certainly going to get into that because it is I have not played it. We have somebody else reviewing it. My understanding is people believe the game to be fun to very fun, but find that it's filled with glitches and graphical issues. So that, in my opinion, is very crappy. Yeah, it's not going to be the prettiest game. And of course, because this is how the internet works, there's headlines all over that say the Switch can't handle Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and that has absolutely zero to do with it. You build the game for the platform. It means your game is not built well and not optimized well. And this is something people have been saying about Pokemon Company and Game Freak games for a while now, since they moved over from traditional portable stuff to consoles, even though the Switch is a hybrid. But they just aren't putting in enough time to finish the game, or are releasing it before it's ready, or are not that skilled in creating whatever games they're creating as far as from a technical standpoint, because we have open world games on Switch that run completely fine. I mean, like, if you compare how it runs and visually Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or even Breath of the Wild, like Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are significantly nicer looking and they run much better. This is not a case of the Switch hardware being an issue. It's a case of the developers not doing their jobs to the best of their abilities. That may be because they're not as skilled, or they don't have the time, or a combination of both, but it's not related to the power of the Switch. You build the game for the platform it's on. So
If I know anything about the gaming industry and video games and Pokemon especially, I'm assuming that they maybe hired new developers and they haven't evolved yet into the better versions of
There
themselves.
you
developer is evolving. Hello, Dre Gamer. 10 Division says it very well. They're forced to make the games on a very strict timeline, and they still aren't prepped to make console games. I think that's the 1-2 punch. I think you're exactly right. I think that very much explains what's going on. Now, of course, they could fix this issue by just building on Unreal Engine 5, because we all know that's the best, so that would fix all their problems. I've seen a ton of glitches and bugs for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I have seen a lot of people saying they find the games to be very fun. Most of the reviews said the game is very fun. The game is interesting and does some unique things, but it's technically not there, which is an issue. Now, can that be fixed with updates? To a degree, certainly. But I'm not going to say this is the like cyberpunk of the Switch, but it's certainly at least a similar situation. And you can imagine Nintendo is not happy about this, because when people think Pokemon, they think Nintendo. So they're like, Nintendo's got to get their act together. And certainly Nintendo plays a part. They need to be like, hey, this isn't ready. Or, hey, do you guys need help? Or, hey, let's push this back. But, you know, it's Game Freak and Creatures Inc. and Pokemon Company who are running the show with these Pokemon games.
This reminds me of a saying that nobody once said.
The Miyamoto one?
Well, nobody said it, right? But the delayed game has a chance of being good, but a rushed game is bad forever.
Well, see, that's one of the things we know is true. We have Miyamoto actually saying that, but the joke is funny.
We did say it?
Yes. Yes.
I thought nobody. Okay, I'm getting really confused with facts and history.
Love Hotels was
I
the.
know that, but I thought
And
we
he
had.
never really turned a tea table over either, I don't think.
And he never smoked cigarettes, believe it or not. Those were pretzel sticks in his
I
mouth. all
thought
the time.
that quote was
Hi, Kirby.
Hey everybody.
Kirby's here.
Sorry, I'm late.
was somebody. It came out that like nobody has a record of Miyamoto saying.
There was a quote about something else that was attributed to Miyamoto, I believe. And the closest they could find was a poster that was hanging up in Nintendo's headquarters that said
"Hang in there,
roughly
kitty."
the same thing. So I believe it was during Metroid's development. I don't remember what it was specifically, though. So
Remember me?
So, so yeah.
I got us off track there. You were talking about the Unreal Engine, and
Yeah, it's all related.
I was just talking about the Pokemon graphics. So sorry about that.
No, it all fits in. I was trying to decide if we were going to talk about Pokemon when a news story came up, or if I should start the beginning of the show with it. But it also blends into that overall discussion of games not properly developed or optimized, blends into something you're going to talk about when you get to what you played, and we are going to talk about together because we both played it. So
Together.
look forward to that, everybody, for stuff to talk about later. But yeah, I just get it. It's here's a quote from Miyamoto, word for word. This is really something he said. Often I'll see advertisements for porn games and they say, try not to come. But when you play the game, it seems like the object is to come. So yes, I call that bad game design.
Man.
Wait, that's real?
Sure,
Thank you for
from
sharing
Clickhole,
that.
yes.
And there's
Oh,
a picture
okay.
of them coming too.
That's funny. Clickhole, the only trustworthy news source on the internet.
Dude, did that come across your desk?
No, surprisingly not.
Red Souza.
Did that come
sent it our
across
way.
your
Thank you.
desk?
Whoa.
Maybe it's true then, since it didn't come to me as a rumor.
There you go. Yeah, he said it. It's when it's printed online, it's true. That's it. That's all you need. So yeah, just my old man yelling at Cloud's statement about Unreal Engine 5. I don't have anything against Unreal Engine 5. I don't have anything about people who are excited for games that look graphically impressive. I'm just like, is that a selling point? Like that, if somebody says, hey, there's a new game coming out, it's got Unreal Engine 5. Like, for someone's reaction to be like, oh, and be like excited, I'd be like,
What?
you don't know anything about the game. You just heard it uses an engine. Like, okay. Very small group of people. Hello, Solid Master Link. Glad you're using that GIF every week. Does anybody, I guess there's a small amount of people when you go to the movies, there's people who are like, oh, this is shot on the QRXL7 camera and somebody's like, oh, exciting. When you talk about like a 3D movie or an IMAX movie, I get it because that's something visually beyond what a traditional cinematic experience is. But like, that's what I liken it to. Like, I would imagine very few people are like, hey, that new movie uses that super 28K HD camera. I'm going to go see it because that's not the point of a movie. I mean, there's a small group of people, I'm sure, and I'm not telling them they're wrong, but I'm saying the vast majority wouldn't do that. Or like if a band is recording and they're like, oh, I heard they recorded this at whatever studio and they got the new whatever microphones. Like, we don't have these conversations. Like the general population doesn't have these conversations about music or movie or TV shows, but games, that's what it's all about. It's like, oh, Unreal Engine 7 and ray tracing, like I said, and anti-aliasing and what all this stupid stuff. Shaders.
What was even the game they were promoting?
I don't remember because it made me so mad. Something coming out that's Unreal Engine 5.
See, I can see, I don't know, like if it was like the newest Last of Us game or something, and it was like, oh, and it uses this, because that's a series where if you kind of expect the graphics to be, cutting edge, I suppose. I mean, I would.
Well,
so like, but if it's a game like, who knows what game this is, but if it's a game that you're not necessarily expecting graphics, or then why would you have to even say what type of engine?
Well, I have a counter to that. What engine did Last of Us Part 2 use?
Unreal 5.
Yeah. Now, who the hell knows? It doesn't matter. The game looks great.
Is that wrong?
No, 5 didn't exist at that point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Nobody looks
it-
back on the game and it's like, that used Unreal Engine 3.
I
Look
played
at
it on a
that.
PlayStation 4.
What does Uncharted
So-
use? Who gives a crap? What
What-
does
what's the engine-
Galaxy use? What
What's
is
the
that like?
engine in my PlayStation
It's so
4?
stupid.
What kind of engine does my PlayStation 4 have?
What do I got on the hood of that PS4? I was like when Sony did the PS2 and they were like, the PS2 uses the emotion engine to show emotion in ways not possible before, which was not true. Just stupid buzz terms. So Unreal Engine. Now, Unreal
I don't even
Engine
remember
5
that.
is a very powerful engine. I get that. And it will bring
vroom.
graphical fidelity up a notch. Certainly. I get that too. But what I'm saying is, when we don't know anything about the game, like I'm surprised that people are like Unreal Engine 5. That excites me. Like if I was like, this game uses the Unity engine, there were people would be like, oh, who cares? That's on mobile. I'm like, this is so stupid. Whatever. It's a me thing. Like I said, I know it's an old man yelling at the clouds thing. Highly Tough says, I can't wait to see the ass hairs on that bokoblin swaying real time with the direction of the wind. Revolutionary. That's you heard it here first. That's in Tears of the Kingdom. Blowing ass hairs on a bokoblin. Get over here. 10 Division says, speaking of, I managed to get a PS5. Someone on eBay was selling a disc version at ESRB. Oh, you got it for price. Good for you, my friend. My understanding is it's much easier to find a PS5 in stock now. And on top of that, my double understanding is the scalpers are losing interest in the PS5 because stock is more. And I think outside of the like very hardcore people who picked it up at launch, I think people are mostly like, I don't really need it right now. I want one, but I don't need it right now. Everything I want to play is on PS4. So
they're saving their money for the $550 virtual reality,
which was pre-order, only available for pre-order through PlayStation's like program.
Wow.
Because they're going to make a very small amount at first. Because what you got? 20 million PS5s out there right now.
They didn't make any PS5 games. They're going to make VR games now.
Here's the thing, though. This is why it's funny. You look at the PS5 lineup and you're like, what is exclusive here that I would want to get this system? And then you look at the PSVR 2 lineup and you're like, oh, there's a lot of... They announced like... Now they're not all going to be out at launch, but they announced like 15 games or something like that. And I'm like, all right, here you go. This is exciting. Like stuff that I want.
Launch.
And that includes new games and games that are enhanced for PSVR 2. But like when you're enhancing something for VR, that makes sense to me because you're going to get a better visual fidelity experience when you're looking like at a real environment, quote unquote. So like that I understand. But yeah, PSVR 2 lineup, I'm like, all right, that makes sense. I am excited for that. There's a few games there that I'm looking forward to. But again, yeah, as far as I know, pre-orders, at least in North America, aren't open up at retailers. It's not like Best Buy or Amazon or any of them have announced PSVR 2 pre-orders. It was only the PlayStation Shop. And Sony did a thing where it was like, put in your email if you're a PlayStation Network account holder, and maybe you'll be selected to pre-order one. And I was. I got picked. I couldn't believe it. I got picked. Yeah. So, you know, it doesn't come out till what, February, something or other.
Ticket.
But so basically I'll just take whatever money I get for Christmas, just pay for it. But it's like I put mine in because I put mine in for PS5 when it came out and I didn't get anything because they had an exclusive pre-order thing for PS5. Nothing happened. And I got the email for this. So I was like, I'll try it. And I got one. I was like, oh my God,
great.
I can't believe it. So I don't know how many millions of units are going to have at launch. Maybe 3 million worldwide. I would guess. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so basically I'm all about graphics. Love graphics, Unreal Engine 5. Personally, I'm waiting for Unreal Engine 6. It's about time we get that one out there.
It's not gonna happen.
nice even number.
That's right. It'll be about like
Did you say how
10
long
years.
Unreal Engine 4 lasted, or how long that's been?
Look that up. I mean, games are still using Unreal Engine 4 now, and we'll
know.
continue to use it for a couple of years. We're not going to fully transition to Unreal Engine 5. There's some Unreal Engine 4 is supported by Switch, and my understanding is Unreal Engine 5 will support Switch. It seems developers can make that engine work on Switch. I don't believe we have anything confirmed on Switch that uses Unreal Engine 5 right now, but there you go. And Unreal Engine 4 started in... I gave you so much time. I vamped so much.
On March 19th, the year of our Lord 2014.
2001, 14.
14.
Well, 21-4.
So in the distant
At
future.
the Game Developers Conference, Epic
21-4.
20.
21
4.
Oh, 20.
What's the matter with you?
1-4. Sorry, you're right.
Numbers.
You're
Thank
right.
you,
You're right.
Drew. At least somebody understands math.
21-4. Yes, got it.
Spicy, make the ball.
Epic Games released Unreal Engine 4 and all of its tools.
So 8 years plus. So we're going to get 10 years out of it. At least I would imagine it'd probably be closer to 15 when all is said and done. But yeah, there you go. Can you believe it? We got we spent 8 years with Unreal Engine 4. My God, I'm so tired of it. Aren't you guys?
All the memories.
So many games used Unreal Engine 4. Like, who gives a crap? I don't know.
So they release all of its tools, features, and complete C++ source code. How
Let's
about
go.
Unreal Engine 5 comes out with at least a B minus or something, you know? Try to improve a little bit here.
Can we get that modest applause there?
I don't think they're applying themselves.
Hello, Nintendo. All right, that's enough of
Coasting
my.
along.
That's enough of my complaining. Let's get to some news, Mom Brain. Can I get that news ditty, please?
Finally!
Ooh, I like that. By the way, here's another tease for a future segment. I wrote down the games I played this week, so I'm not like fumbling to remember what I played.
Well,
Dude,
proud
Took
of
a
you.
note from Do.
well,
Do.
were we really noticing that you were fumbling? I mean, I thought you were pretty articulate.
Oh,
you know?
I was. I
was
I
embarrassing
was
to
going
listen
into
to.
my email to look up reminders of what games I played. I fumbled getting to the games that I played because I have a terrible time remembering things. Here we go. I was just talking to
sweating a little
This
Do-
guy, this guy,
this
Can-
guy.
he knows the smallest, tiniest, itsy bitsyest sounds from game systems and companies, but he can't remember what he played this past week. This guy's
Okay,
amazing.
we're talking about like 35 plus years of playing games, muscle memory versus something I played once this week. Come on, I need a little more time to remember.
He's not great with names either.
This-
No,
This guy's got he's
no, I'm not,
he breaks down calculating his calories from
Dude.
4 hours ago.
dude.
That sounds familiar.
All right, I was talking to Do.
Are we going right into the games we played?
No,
No, we're talking about
talking to Do about this earlier today. Splatoon 3's next update was announced, and it's called the Chill Season.
3.
Chill Season.
Isn't it?
No,
Oh,
just Chill
Splatoon.
Season. This is Splatoon 3, though. Chill Season starts on December 1st, and it's going to be available to all those who have Switch Online memberships. So any version of Switch Online will get this free. Here you go. What you got? New gear, new weapons, new stages, new victory emotes, and new game modes. New. Big Run is coming. The new game event brings a twist to the co-op survival action of Salmon Run, a personal favorite. The first Big Run will take place when the Salmonids invade the Wahoo World stage later this year. Stay Splatooned for more details on that one.
Oh my god!
Also, if you consider yourself an elite Splatoon 3 player, you can check out the new X Battles. X Battles require players to reach an elite rank in Anarchy battles and risk X power to challenge their way up to the leaderboard. So basically, put up or shut up. If you think you're
Yeah.
really good, get an X.
Don't be
get
an
in X Battles.
octopus.
Oh, Octopussy, baby! The X Battles will debut on December 1st with 3 new weapons. What do we got? A new roller, a new charger, and a new shooter. I'm a roller fan, so I believe, they showed that on Twitter this week. And 10 returning weapons from previous Splatoon games will also be part of the Chill Season. There's also a couple of fun additional stages being added. The Brine Water Springs makes its fresh first appearance, and many seasoned players will remember Flounder Heights from the first Splatoon game that is also returning. They just announced, I don't remember the name of it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
He's not good with names.
No. You remember in Salmon Run, the stage we played that was the giant ship that was like up above and you had to take the elevators down? They're bringing that back in Chill Season for Splatoon 3. So that was my favorite one in Salmon Run. So that is coming back.
I
I'm
remember
very
it being
excited for that.
stressful,
Um,
but that's Salmon Run.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Plus, fashionable Inklings and Octolings know that a new season means a whole new catalog. Chill Season adds a new collection of gear, custom titles, victory emotes, stickers, and more to help show off your style and stand out from your peers. Piers.
Oh, of course.
And new gear and items at the shops as well. So basically, new everything, and the game's only been out for a few months. So look forward to Chill Season December 1st. You do not have to pay a dime for that. If you have Switch Online
no
membership,
additional charge.
no additional charge to the Switch Online membership, which you no doubt have because you're playing Splatoon 3. So there you go. Chill Season looks pretty chill to me. Oh my God.
Yes.
Do you hear that?
Hey, be quiet. I think I hear something. NPD NPD, NPD, NPD.
So you're gonna give us a final.
NPD,
Finally.
NPD. Is that what I sound like?
That was good. I like that. You know, the Tweagle, not my best idea, but the song, pretty great.
I'm
I
a mix
love the
master.
Tweagle personally.
All right. Well, I'll get back to Tweagle at some point. I can't just listen with the state that Twitter's in. I can't just go over there and look at stuff. We got NPD numbers for October 2022, and that means you guys are guessing October 2022 retail and digital. Technically, Nintendo Digital is not included, but we'll say retail
You
and
and I
digital.
carried it
Yes.
last week,
You
so I
did
think we
really,
should
really
give it
well, yeah.
to the other
This
two.
is just United States this week, everybody. So remember, or this
Nintendo only
month,
or all platforms.
all video games, physical and digital, United States only for the month of October.
Elden R.
E-ring.
E-ring.
Elden Ring is number 10. Yes, E-ring Elden R. Very good. We have the
Some kind
top
of a
20,
Lego,
by the
some
way.
kind of a Lego, something.
Some kind of a Lego, the lady says, and the lady is
Lego Star Wars, right?
wrong.
No.
No Lego.
Wow.
We need a buzzer noise. That's what we need. Some kind of buzzer.
The like prepare.
How have we not had a buzzer? Why am I only thinking of that now? Kill this music.
Didn't we have a buzzer?
Do we have a buzzer? How
I
do we
don't
not have a
remember.
buzzer?
I mean, we have.
You also
That's a
have
good buzzer.
wrong.
Oh, there you go.
That's
You can do
true.
that.
Okay.
All right, so I'll check one more time.
Wrong.
That is like a painful way to
Yeah.
receive information.
Isn't there after the drum roll? Isn't there a or there's the yeah there's that
Yeah,
the game show.
fail.
Bum, bum,
We don't have
bum,
enough time to
wow.
play that many times.
No, we do not.
I mean,
We just have to stop failing.
Ugh.
Is that you?
Oh, yeah, I don't like
Is
it.
that-
I'd rather be
Okay,
told
I'm sorry.
wrong.
I'm sorry. Say what was it again?
Wait, is that the button? What is that?
Horizon Forbidden West.
It's just something I looked up on
Frozen
YouTube.
Wilds.
Because I had a button.
Horizon, the man says.
Oh, duh. Of course it's gonna be
No Horizon.
Oh,
Greek Daddy. Greek Daddy and Son.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Okay, remember,
Oh,
we're in
right.
November now. That game just came out now. We're talking about October
So it's not on the list?
because it wasn't out yet. No.
Gotcha.
It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still on there?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 11.
Oh,
The
okay.
boy makes it.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 again times.
Can
3.
I, you're going to do the fail noise?
sure.
Okay, then I'm getting rid of my connection. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is number 1. Yes. There you go.
Thank goodness. Whew, bro.
And that was just the title, right? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is number 1. Like
Call of
adding
Duty,
numbers
bro.
and words that don't mean. I'm done.
Number 2 with the actual number 2, not the II Roman numeral.
You know why it's number 2, right? Because it's the
Duty.
Oh yeah, Duty. That's
Guesses, people? I need more guesses.
Oh, yeah.
You're better than this.
Minecraft.
Minecraft, number 13. Very good.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Did we say that?
Kirby just said it, yeah.
Was it on there?
Yes, it was number
Wrong.
11.
I think that's the one I guess every month.
See, the last.
I like how when it was
last
just you
week-
two, you were like cranking them out. Now that you have double the
I
people,
thought we were
it's
waiting
nothing.
for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Rat Hat Redemption.
Rat Hat Redemption.
Ooh.
Dude, how'd you like that beaver hat?
Oh, it was
TikTok.
awesome. It was awesome.
Rat Hat Redemption.
No.
That's a no.
Wrong.
Was it on there recently? Or
It was in the UK, which
Oh,
I thought
that's
there
what it
must
was,
have been a
okay.
sale because
GTA
of
is
it.
always on there. That's
GTA
gotta
is always on there, says the man, and he is wrong.
Oh no.
That's Europe.
FIFA.
FIFA. We are in North America. Could FIFA be on
Wrong.
here? FIFA is also popular here. Number 3. Very
Oh,
good.
wow.
I'll take one more.
What about that racing? There's a racing game.
We already did Mario Kart.
Gran Turismo?
Yes.
Gran Turismo, the lady and the man say, and that is a big no.
Oh come on.
is there some kind of a basketball game on there?
There is
Wrong.
that is a guess, and that's our final guess we'll take. NBA 2K23 is number 8. Very
Okay.
good, Kirby. So number 1, Call of Duty, bro. Number 2, Gotham Knights, which just debuted in October.
Great
Who cares?
job.
Number 3, FIFA. Number 4, again, you guys if you just guess sports games, you'll get a whole bunch.
I
Madden
know.
is number 4.
Who cares?
NHL is number 5.
Sports.
Number 6, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Number 7, Persona 5. Number 8, NBA 2K23. Yes.
That's the sequel? Mario versus Rabbids Sparks. What's the first one called?
Kingdom Battle.
Okay.
Thank you so
Number
much for
9,
playing in my
Bayonetta
game.
3. We got a Bayonetta debut in the top 10,
wow.
baby. That's a good one. Number 10, E-Ring Elden R. Number 11, Mario Kart. Number 12, Splatoon 3. Number 13, Minecraft. Number 14, Star Ocean, The Divine Force.
Star Ocean?
Yeah, RPG. Number 15, Grounded. Number 16, Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
What is
Number 7,
Grounded?
it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where you build forts in the grass and fight spiders.
Riveting.
It's been available
Sounds
for a
great.
while now, but I think like the full version of the game is out now. Also on Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, you don't need to buy it. 16, Dragon Ball. 17, PGA Tour 2K23. Number 18, Nintendo Switch Sports. Number 19, Nier Automata. And number 20, Super
Wow.
Smash My Butthole. There you go.
So
It's your
a
top 20.
Can't say that.
re-release of a game? Is that Nier Automata is a re-release or a remake?
Well, it's neither, because it's the first time on Switch, so it's a port.
A port.
First time. It's not a remake. It's not a remaster. It's not a re-release because it hasn't been out on Switch. So it's just a port of Nier Automata.
We all remember. our
NPD
first.
doesn't say End of Yorha edition, which would be the full name of the Switch version, but I'm guessing this is the Switch version.
That's impressive for a
Um,
game that's already been out on other systems, right?
A lot of
yeah.
people are really
Really excited
happy with
with
it.
that's my number 1 now. You've done a whole bunch of others, and I'm putting no pressure on you, but that's my number 1 for you to play one day. But again, not pressuring.
Okay.
And it's only my number 1 because you've played so many others that I've suggested.
I certainly have.
Never on Playing says Persona 5 in particular was dominated by Switch, 3rd on the Nintendo charts, and didn't even plays on Xbox and PlayStation. There you go, a little bit of inside baseball there. Nier Automata was too, but that was more obvious since it only released on Switch last month. So that's equally impressive. Made the top 20 NPD overall, and then it was high up on the Switch individual charts. So there you go. Good job, Switch people. My understanding is PS5 was number 1, which we already referenced because the stock went up and God of War was on the horizon. Yeah, we don't need any other stuff. There you go. You
Nope.
got your top 20. Good job, people supporting Mario plus Rabbids, by the way. Guys,
Yeah.
I wish we had some like fancy music. We don't have any fancy music. We got something like for an award show or something. There's that one unlabeled
Maybe
song.
lock the
no,
door
no.
and turn the lights
I mean, that's pretty
down
fancy.
What's that
low.
unlabeled song on there? It just says, like, music or something on one page. Doesn't really give me award show. I want that one from Kirby. You know, stop that song. Doesn't fit. Play us out. What's that one that was in Ren and Stimpy? It's like, it's a real song, but it goes. Ba-na-na, da, da-na-na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Never mind.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know the name of the song.
Wait, is that the music they would play at like the very end of the show? Or-
Yeah, when they would do like the talking like back
When-
and forth
To
segment.
end the show.
yeah. When
To play
like,
us out.
when like Ren would tell Stimpy to wave goodbye to the audience or something.
There we go. Just your generic royalty-free loop.
Nice.
We have the Game Awards 2022 nominees.
Ooh, they're gonna be legendary.
A legendary set of nominations, and here are your choices for Game of the Year. Remember, you can vote on these. Game of the Year: A Plague Tale, Requiem. And then, normally they'd show like a clip or something. Yeah, that's good. E-Ring, Elden R.
Requiem, I hardly know.
God of War Ragnarok. Oh, this is great. Horizon Forbidden West. Stray.
Done.
And rounding out Game of the Year nominations, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, very good.
So what do you all think?
Well, you, Do and I are
Eileen
playing
Tom
one of
says
them right now.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
I've only played 1.5 of them.
And I have only played a half and a half, so one, I guess.
I've only played one of them.
Well, then we're not really the best to make this guess.
So God of War Ragnarok's already on the list. That just
Are you
came
gonna
out,
just keep
said.
playing the music?
We got other nominations.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I guess it made the cutoff for the nominees, though. So there
How
you go.
convenient.
How convenient.
Well, that's obviously going to win, but
I don't think that's an obvious win. I think
Is that what you
E-Ring
guys are
Elden
playing?
R is the
Oh, really?
obvious win there. Yeah. I think that's the bigger hit. I think that's the bigger game.
I love how we
And
that.
between God of War and Horizon Forbidden West, I think Horizon would be at least on par with God of War.
Wait,
but-
what's the game that you were just playing a couple months ago?
I have a list of
No, like the RPG or whatever that you got really into again.
Live Alive.
No, maybe it's on RPG. What was it?
Maybe it's not. A
I
video
like
game.
how you
Oh, I
ask
played-
him the
I played-
RPG.
I played BioShock. I played
No, the game
Red
that
Dead
you
Redemption
fell
2.
into a
Skyrim?
hole.
Skyrim.
Skyrim. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
Skyrim,
Which is also a role playing game.
Since it's
Not-
10 years old, I don't think it's going to be nominated for anything.
No,
A legacy
I'm
game.
getting him confused with Elden Ring because it's a ring.
Skyrim.
Ring, you know.
And Elden Ring.
Yeah, I haven't.
Well, let's make it more confusing because really it's the Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
yeah, right. That is kind
So,
of funny.
Elder Scrolls, Elden Ring,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Skyrim?
okay.
Yeah, it's
Elden
confusing.
Ring.
Skyrim, Elden Scrolls.
One.
You're good.
Elden
Because
Ring.
it wasn't confusing to me at first, and the more I tried to make it make sense for you, I
Dee-dee.
confused myself.
Bag of doo-doo.
Elder Rim.
Skyring.
Elder Rim.
Oh,
sounds like a
Rim.
fun time.
Oh, Rim.
Oh,
The Elden.
so stupid.
Scrim Ring.
Anyway, I'll read a few more of the nominations. We won't go through them all. Best narrative in a game. The nominees are A Plague Tale, Requiem, E-Ring, Elden R, God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon, Forbidden West, and Immortality. Immortality is the new game from the guy who did Her Story, the full motion video guy. It's out on mobile and PC right now. It's also available on Netflix, and Netflix is the so if you have the Netflix app on your phone or tablet or phone or tablet, you can play the game there with a Netflix subscription, and that's the only version outside of the PC version that is uncensored, and by that I mean nudity. So if you're getting it on iOS, it's going to be censored. What other best score and music? A Plague Tale, Requiem, E-Ring, Elden R, God of War,
It's all
Ragnarok,
the same games.
Metal, Hellsinger,
Ooh.
and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's the one that should win right there.
Nintendo stuff on here. I mean, there's no Nintendo like.
Well, I've said Xenoblade Chronicles 3 twice
the
now,
one,
so
that's
that
the
would
one.
be
It's
a
the only
Nintendo
one.
game.
Out
Yeah,
of all
but
the names that you said, which a lot of them are repeating, of course.
Okay, so let's say I've only said 2 PlayStation games. No comment? Okay.
no
I don't know.
comment.
What do you want? Congratulations, Microsoft.
You made a point of Microsoft has no nominations.
Well, no, all right. I'm just.
I
a
said
lot of these-
PlayStation, and you said congratulations, Microsoft.
What I'm saying is the majority of these games aren't even available on the Switch, right? Is Elden Ring available?
E-Ring
on the
is
Switch?
not.
Moving on.
No, God of War is exclusive to Sony,
Is
and
Forbidden
Horizon
West.
is exclusive to
Is-
Sony.
Stray is not. Like, I'm
No.
just.
All right, well then I'll give you the ones that are
I'm
only
not
on
complaining,
Switch.
I'm just saying, wow, I'm surprised.
But A
that
Plague Tale Requiem is on Switch.
it is available on Switch. That's
Xenoblade
the
Chronicles
only
3
one-
is only available on Switch.
Those are the only two. That's whatever.
It's true. Those are the only 2.
Can't make an observation without being like
No,
a
you said
complete
like
idiot.
1, and there's 2, and
I'm
that's it.
surprised that there are not more Nintendo games.
Well, let me
You know, if it was
for Game of the Year or
For
just in
any
general.
of it. Like they're hardly on any of these lists, is what I'm saying.
It's been pretty dry for Nintendo recently as far as good stuff.
Well, narrative. What would be your suggestion for a Nintendo
I
narrative?
don't even know. I'm just saying.
Are there
So
games
it
you're looking
usually, like if no, whatever. We're done talking. Thanks. Have a good
Is that
day.
what I
I'm
sound
trying
like?
to have a conversation. I'm asking what games you think should be on here.
I don't even know what
Oh.
came out. I'm whatever.
Best. Nope, we did that. Best performance. This is acting. Ashley Birch in Horizon Forbidden West. Lead.
Good work.
Charlotte McBurney for A Plague Tale Requiem. She plays whatever the girl's name is.
Amicia.
Thank you.
She's great.
Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok. Now, I don't mean to throw shade here, but like, really? Kratos gets an acting, like, come on. He's a one-note guy.
Well, it's not the same Kratos, right?
What is it, Norse Kratos now?
Oh, well, I mean, he's voiced by a different guy, right?
I thought it was the same guy.
Oh, okay. I heard that he got replaced for the last game or something.
I didn't hear any. Look this up. I don't know any of this.
This is best family games. Pretty much all Nintendo stuff. There you go.
Sunny.
Kirby.
Hold on. I'm not done with best performance. Do not
nobody-
be
Please
rude
stop
to
interrupting the
nominees.
ceremony.
Nobody cares about the
Thank you, Curry.
performers.
Sunny Suljic, God of War Ragnarok. I don't know who that is. Probably the kid, maybe. I don't know. And Man Engage, Immortality. What do we got here? Best Indie, Cult of the Lamb. That is on Switch. Neon White. That is on Switch. Sifu. That is on Switch.
was just
Stray. That is not on Switch.
Sorry, I was going to say notice me, Seafood.
And Tunic. That is on Switch.
Oh, a couple of good ones in that category there. buddy.
Yeah. Best Action, Bayonetta 3. That is on Switch.
Action.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Neon White. That is on Switch.
That's the best action.
Sifu. That is on Switch. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. That is on Switch. And then they separated into Action and Adventure.
What would you say for best action, personally, between Neon White and that first one, Bayonetta?
I haven't played Bayonetta, so I'd have to go Neon
Oh.
White. Neon White, Neon White is new, so that gets the nod for me. Like it's something brand new. If you're gonna go sequel over a new IP, I will most often go new unless the sequel is of such unbelievable quality.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, that'd be a great example. Best action adventure is A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. Tell you what gets my nod there. Best role playing, E-Ring Elden R, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy. That's one of those damn class.
T-Strat.
And Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So that is another category that is all Switch minus Elden Ring.
And
Best
you know
family
Elden
as
Ring's
Curb
gonna
as
win. That stinks.
what's gonna ring Elden. See, here's the thing. I think about this. Like, if your game is nominated for Game of the Year, but also nominated in other categories, how could it not be the winner in that category?
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? You're good enough to. How could you be good enough to make a Game of the Year, but still not
Well,
good enough
that's-
to beat out the others
Because
in a
that's how I
lesser
feel about
category?
the Oscars, when it's like Best Picture and Best Director can be
Yeah.
different. That to me seems to go hand in hand, right?
Right.
How can the Best Picture not be directed by the Best Director?
So, like, let's say best role playing game. Let's say Live Alive wins, but how can Elden Ring be best game overall, but not beat out another game in only best role playing? How could there be a better role playing game for Elden Ring to be nominated in, but Elden Ring is better
are you saying
and gets
that?
Game of the Year
Are
nominated?
you saying that E-Ring Elden R is a shoo-in for Game of the Year?
I'm saying it doesn't make no. I'm saying it doesn't make sense to me if in best role playing Elden Ring doesn't win because it's nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh,
So
'cause
how
none
could
of
it
the
be
other games are
not good
nominated
enough
for
to
Game of
beat
the Year? I got you.
RPGs, but good enough to be Game of the Year?
Yeah, that's
How?
That's a good point.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Nikki Hill, Best Family. Can you please read the nominees?
They're all
Best
Nintendo.
Family.
Is that what I sound like?
The Keatons.
Best Family. The Hogans. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, I'm saying the nominees.
Oh,
The
okay,
Keatons,
okay,
the
okay.
Hogans, the
They're all either
Urkels.
made by Nintendo or
Urkel's
available
neighbors.
on Nintendo.
Are you not going to
Is
read
that
them?
why- is that why you want me
I
to
want
read
you to
it?
read them. You started reading them earlier.
Yeah, can we just do Best Families, actually? Best TV Families?
The
This is
Tanners?
great.
Hold on. Let Nikki Hill do
This is
the.
Kirby in the
tough.
Forgotten Land.
What?
Land. It's written here as Land.
Oh, okay. They said it. They wrote it wrong.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Skywalker.
Mario and
You
Rabbids
underestimate
Sparks
the
of
power
Hope.
of the dark side.
Oh, Nintendo Switch Sports. Is that what it's called? I've been calling it Wii U Sports Nintendo Switch Wii Resorts. And Splatoon
Rolls
3.
off the tongue. Thank you, Nicky Hill. We don't need to do that. We don't
Doom?
need to
There
do
was a
that.
game
We don't
called
need to do
Doom?
that. Most anticipated.
What?
Final Fantasy
A
16.
lot of people are anticipating.
Wait,
this.
these are games that aren't out yet.
Yes. Hogwarts Legacy.
That seems like a ridiculous category.
Resident Evil 4.
That's.
No, they made that already.
I'm anticipating something that came out 20 years ago.
So mad. Starfield.
I mean, what do you expect? From
And
Capcom?
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
That's got to be number one. That's got to be number
In that
one.
list, it's got to be,
And then-
right?
And then Hogwarts right
I would
under
start-
that.
Starfield
think
is
so.
going to.
Oh, Starfield.
Starfield will get
Is
a
it Star Wars?
nod.
Starfield's up there. Starfield's up there.
But come on, I'll stake my gamer cred on Tears of the Kingdom winning that
Definitely.
category.
It
It's,
has
it
to.
has
Hogwarts
to.
Legacy has been out already.
Well, isn't it?
No,
coming
it
out
got
soon?
delayed.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I think it got delayed to next year.
Hopefully, they're making it better.
Less transphobic, I hear. We're not going to do that one. Here you go. This is the kind of these are important. Yeah, right.
They're making it
Innovation
worse.
in accessibility. Here's an important category. As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry. Now, see, there's a nominee that makes sense for The Last of Us Part 1 because they added in the only new stuff in that game besides graphics is all the accessibility features. There's a good nomination.
Forgive me. What was the category?
Best or innovation in accessibility.
What are the accessibility features?
They got like a ton for colorblind and deaf and ease of play and
Motion sickness.
motion
Yeah.
sickness, like all
If you have
kinds of stuff.
seizure, if you have too many seizures,
If you don't have enough seizures.
Wow.
It was the way you said too many.
You knew
It's
you
the
knew
natural
that I
way
was
to
gonna
go.
Make it a joke.
That's
yeah.
the setup. Yeah.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And there you go. That's it. That's your There's other stuff
they're
in
still
there.
making new stuff for
Outstanding.
Counter-Strike is popular, baby.
Oh, it's only in like that they make that just for esports. Is that what that is?
I don't know what that
It
means. They
owns.
make that just for esports. It's
Oh,
like the esports scene for Counter-Strike is still very popular.
But they release more games or just like do they add
Counter-Strike
on to what's
is the
there?
game. I don't know when the last content update for
Boom,
Counter-Strike was,
headshot.
but like I would imagine a very long time ago. Balance tweaks and all that stuff, sure.
Hmm.
Currybo says game of the year is probably between E-Ring, Elden R, and God of War. That's how they wrote it.
I was
So
going to
just
ask
wanna
if
say
they
that.
typed it out.
Yeah, I would say I'm giving the edge to E-Ring Elden R, but I believe you're right, Currybo. So yes, I really believe that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 should get the win for music. And personally, I believe, and this is just because, let me look again. Best action adventure, I think should go to Tunic, but that's just me.
Have you beaten that yet?
Not yet. Haven't gone back
Are
to it
you
because I've been
close?
too busy with review stuff. So it's waiting for me. I see the icon every time I start up my Switch, and I'm like, I wish I could. but I can't.
Please, RMC, please play me.
I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing, so I'm good. Although I'm sure I've forgotten lots of nooks and crannies that I wanted to visit at another point. But I am excited to go
Explore
back.
my nooks and crannies, RMC.
Moving on, we got a story about Pokemon,
Gotta catch them all.
but it's related to the trading cards.
Oh yeah, they used to be
Gotta
trading
trade 'em
cards.
all.
Well, I'm
Still
assuming they
around,
are.
still very popular. William C. Knight was a police officer. Why do I say was? Because he
Is
got
related
let
to Michael
go.
Knight?
Yes, and
But I've seen
Knight
everything.
Rider and
They're the
Wayne
same,
Knight,
Moon
and,
Knight.
M. Night Shyamalan,
Oh.
and
Ray Knight, the Mets player.
Mischief Night.
Mischief Knight.
Michael Knight? Is it Michael Knight?
Michael Knight was the first one that he was related to that
Yes.
started all the relations.
Did you say Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, yes, related to Moon Knight. But anyway, he's brought shame to the Knight family name because he is no longer a police officer because he tried to pull a scam with some Pokemon cards. He went to a store and he's like, I would like some Pokemon cards.
Underestimate the power of the
So
dark
he
side.
picked them up off the shelf and he went to the self-checkout and scanned them.
said,
he
"I'll
left.
trade you."
So what's the problem? He picked up the cards, he scanned the cards, and he left. Why is there a
He
problem?
didn't pay after he scammed.
No, he paid.
Then what is the problem?
Let me tell you.
Ooh.
Knight later admitted he removed barcodes from items he had at home and scanned those at the store. So he's like, here we go, buying the Pokemon cards, and he scans a barcode from home for like, I don't know, box of crackers or something. And so he scans all these Pokemon cards and he's like, yep, that sounds about right. $50. I don't know, whatever. And he pays his bill. He stole $400 worth of Pokemon cards by scanning
God.
fake barcodes. And the security guard, I guess, saw him at the counter, like doing something weird, like, like you're supposed to go to scan, and obviously he had to like take something out of his pocket and like hold it on the box to scan it and be like, boop, oh, here you go. So the security guard thought something was up, looked into it, and that's what happened. So he got fired, and he was charged with an unlawful act involving theft detection shielding devices, and that is a felony. So there you go.
It's a bummer.
Don't steal your Pokemon cards, people.
Yeah, what a weird scam.
He's heading towards certain
Shillelagh says $400 worth of paper cards. He must have absolutely been kicking himself. A career ruined for next to nothing. Listen, I don't know what cards he was trying to get. I'm guessing he thought he could have turned a profit on them, but as they say, as McGruff the crime dog said, crime doesn't pay.
Crime doesn't pay.
As he said, Scruff, McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Take a bite out of crime. Look at my
crunch-
lipstick. That's why I wear this trench coat.
The crunch is so scary.
Come on, McGruff had to be brought up on indecent exposure a few times, right?
Didn't they make that joke on? Didn't
He
they
put
make
him
that joke
away.
on John Oliver?
Did they?
I think they might.
Do
have.
you remember?
I don't, of course not. But that
I guess
sounds-
it's universal.
It's a funny joke,
Scruff
though.
But yeah, no,
is he wears that jacket.
I mean,
'cause he's flashing people.
Obviously, we were all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we've all thought it for years. So, we could do one more.
Lisa, the dog is barking.
Why is this a top story? I didn't make this a top story. Here we go.
Who's running this?
Dew.
That's me.
Somebody else covered that story.
Oh,
They made it a top story. We got news about Monster Hunter.
Go
so
ahead.
as we said, this week was the latest Monster Hunter digital event, and we got full details on Title Update 3. Remember, the title updates for Monster Hunter are free, as long as you buy the Sunbreak expansion, but still free. Here's what Title Update 3 includes: Chaotic Gore Magala. These are new monsters, by the way.
Ooh.
The Risen Teostra
Ooh.
and the Risen Kushala Daora. Anomaly Research Quests. There's new monsters, including the ones I mentioned, and they're available as part of this Title Update 3. And they now go, your anomaly investigations now go up to level 200.
Oh my.
Beep, beep. There's also the Risen Elder Dragons. E-Drag Elden D. I had to think about it.
You get better at it. The more you do it, the more it comes natural.
These Elder Dragons have fully overcome the affliction caused by the anomaly, creating a symbiotic relationship with the Curio. Their risen state poses an even greater threat than when they were still under the influence of the affliction. When their anger reaches its peak, each E-Drag gains its own unique and extraordinary powers, becoming even more fearsome than before. New layered weapons. They've added the Stuffed Monster series of 14 layered weapons.
Yeah,
Pick your favorite
stuff
weapon
that
design to
monster.
spice up your hunting life. And there is paid DLC as well, including the Stuffed Monster series of 14 layered weapons. Complete event quests to gain special rewards. There you go. All that good stuff. When does this come out? I don't know. End of this month? Please stay tuned. I wish I had the date. I don't know why I don't. I didn't cover this. That's why. It's this month, unless it's out now. I don't remember. And then free Title Update 4 was also announced, and that'll be out winter 2023. And free Title Update 5 is coming in spring 2023. So 2 more rounds of free content to look forward to.
Very popular game. A lot of people love the game. Sadly overlooked at this year's Game Awards for nominations. Nobody knows why.
When did it come out?
I don't know. Probably last 2 years ago. But-
Let's look. It might be this year.
But yeah, totally overlooked. Unbelievable. Me not yet, but I know others.
2021.
Others will be.
There you go. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
That came out in 2021.
Well, the Sunbreak expansion came out this year, but 2021 was Monster Hunter Rise
Last
in
year.
general.
Wow, I behind.
I behind.
Rise was more recent.
Storbus Corbin says, these stuffed monster weapons are just too adorable. Such a shame that they're paid DLC. I won't support that. So he likes the way they look, but he ain't gonna buy them. Not getting his money, damn it. And it's your right. You choose to pay for whatever DLC you want. And if you don't think there should be paid DLC, then keep that money in your pocket. Keep that money in your bank account. Keep that digital coin on your digital person. You don't have
Keep
to pay
that
for
digital
any of it.
coin in your prison wallet. Wait.
That's where nobody will get it unless you really want them to. Mom Brain.
Yes.
Can you see if Josh is around? I need him to throw to commercial.
Hey Josh, you good? You good?
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Superhero stuff you should know. Go deeper than you've gone before into your favorite comic book films, storylines, and characters.
Superhero stuff you should know.
Part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
Us. We're the Spirit Hunters, and we're a show that treats Hunter x Hunter and Yu Hakusho's author as the center of the universe. Some weeks we do linguistic analysis. The Chinese meaning of this character is to smelt or refine, but so the changed meaning in Japanese it means to temper. Other times, we get absolutely smashed.
So we take one shot every time. Yusuke uses the ray gun.
1 hour later.
This is the least coherent episode.
Sarah,
I think your apartment is haunted.
Check us out at the HyperX Podcast Network.
I miss that guy from the other ads.
Minty?
Minty.
I miss
I
Minty
knew
too.
you'd remember.
Wait, which one was Minty again?
Chris Minty.
Whichever. It was like that the British guys podcast.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Hey, my friends, Chris and Minty."
I don't remember what their podcast was, which is terrible. Hey guys, are you shrewd shoppers?
Yeah.
Well, I got some news for you. It's about to be your favorite time of the year. Paying quarterly taxes. That's not the favorite time of the year.
We just did that.
Yeah, we did. And we were late on our payment. I was like, Mom Brain, aren't quarterly taxes due? And she's like, this month, I think. And then she went to look and she's like, oh, yes, at the beginning of the month. So we had to pay a fee. But you won't have to pay a fee if you go through HyperX's massive sales for the holiday season. Get up to 50% off some of the most popular products like the Ultra Comfy Cloud 2 headset, the tough, responsive Alloy Origins mechanical keyboard. I need a new mechanical keyboard. Mine is already falling apart. I'm too hard on them. That's not even a year old. And the last one I had broke in over a year, a little bit over a year. I guess I got to turn to.
I've heard those fingers pounding, man. I believe it.
Like all the letters are worn off of it too. It's a Logitech
How do you
keyboard.
even know what you're typing?
Do your hands get like
Feel
really
it.
sweaty?
Muscle
or
memory.
something?
No, I'm just always at the
20,000
computer.
hours.
So hot. You just be melting them.
And also the fan favorite Quadcast USB microphone. Sales will be going on at all major e-tailers, and be sure to head to hyperx.com and sign up for the newsletter to get the scoop on the biggest deals. Happy holidays from HyperX. There you go, everybody.
Happy holidays.
I'm sure you got some gamers in your family who would like a holiday gift, and maybe they want a new keyboard or a mouse. So go to HyperX and grab them one of those things. Headsets, headphones, earbuds.
Everybody's got a pair of ears,
right?
Stick some phones on.
Some people
there.
turn the music off in games because they're farting
What are you
monsters.
buying?
Hey,
That's
I only
besides the
did it
point.
because I was hunting for rats.
That's different. You put in like so many hundreds of hours, but you know what the music sounds like.
I do.
New
really do.
Super Mario Lego sets were revealed. It looks like the Lego collaboration between Lego and Nintendo is still doing extremely well, and the company has announced more on the way. Character Packs Series 6. By the way, all this stuff launches January 1st, 2023, so no holiday gifts. Sorry, guys. Character Pack 6. 8 to collect. Build and play with Birdo, a green toad, an ice bro, a bram ball, 2 cat Goombas in 1 pack, a blooper with 3 baby bloopers, and a sumo bro, and a Spike. Spike is, the green guy. He kind of looks like he's related to Pepe a little bit. And he throws the spike balls.
Oh, he pukes up.
That's
a
why it's
spike
called
ball
Spike. Yeah, it's the
and then
guy.
throws
That's
it.
the guy. You got it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's the guy. By the way, I got to talk to you about Pepe. It's good. It's good. I'm going to talk about it on the show. Wait.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, it is feel good. Yes,
It feels good, man.
They are also
Wait, are
really
you talking about that Pepe?
Huh?
Is that the Pepe you're talking about?
Yeah, it feels good,
okay.
man. Him.
Is there another Pepe that
Yeah,
that you
Le
would,
Pew?
that the two of you would be
Pepe Le
discussing?
Pew.
guess
We
not.
talk about Pepe Le Pew all the time.
I gotta tell you about Pepe, and he's just like, all right,
Which one?
cool. But-
Pepe Q, Pepe L, like when
Pepe
you're
Sylvia. Pepe Sylvia.
like when you're in elementary school and you're like, oh, that's Mike B and that's Mike R. Like,
Yeah, right. That's Pepe Q and that's Pepe C. Conkdor's Noggin Bopper expansion set is also coming out with a Conkdor, obviously. Conkdors are
I'm sorry,
the
a what?
giant Conkdor.
Okay.
They're the giant birds that look like condors, but they have super long necks, extremely long necks, and they
Look at that
smack their
beautiful
head into the
condor.
ground. Like when you walk by, they try and hit you with their head.
Don't like it.
Also, Ice Suit Mario and Frozen World expansion set. Lava Wave Ride expansion set. The Flipperous Snow Adventure expansion set. And the Creativity Toolbox Makers set. Oh, and there's another Peach's Garden Balloon Ride expansion set.
That sounds nice.
There you go. Was that supposed to be like Mario? That sounds nice.
No, but I guess it came out like that.
Shillelagh says Lego and Nintendo. What an expensive combination. That's true, man. I didn't realize how expensive Lego were until this collaboration happened. Everything Lego is expensive.
do we have an Infinity Gauntlet to make?
No, didn't we make it?
We might, but where would it be?
We have the Lego Iron Man that we didn't make. I
Oh.
just looked at it in the closet and I want to make
Ooh,
that.
you've got what kind of?
It's like the Pip
Pixel art?
pieces. Yeah, the pixel art one. So it's just a big square frame that lets you
Infinity
make
Gauntlet
two
is
different
huge.
versions of Iron Man.
I think.
Okay.
You can have like the Hulkbuster
It's a big
Iron
set.
Man,
I think
or I
it's-
think maybe two
like a black
versions of
box.
just
It's
the
like a
regular
fancy
Iron
looking
Man.
Yeah,
set.
I think we have
It's
that.
awesome. It's awesome. It's just I know it's going
I
to
think
take
I
like
have
a
an
few
Infinity
hours, and I haven't
Gauntlet.
had the motivation to do it.
The set.
Pepe, Kirby.
Yo.
So may I speak about your history with Pepe? I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Why don't I'm already uncomfortable. So why don't I explain?
Go right ahead.
So you showed me that comic, the
yes,
whatever it was called, the,
many years
a
ago.
long
The
time
original
ago.
Pepe.
Yeah. And I thought for some reason I thought it was like really funny.
No, not for some reason. You're right.
This
It was a
was-
big thing. Everybody
Well,
thought it
and
was
this
funny.
like when the internet was still kind of a little bit newer too, and you were getting weird stuff, and it was like a dream.
Yeah, and it was like when they asked Pepe why he pulls his pants down when he pees, and he says it feels good, man. And for some reason, I thought it was like the funniest thing
It's
ever.
funny!
It's the
But it's
funniest,
like
it's so funny.
it's incredibly stupid. But I did think it was funny. I ended up buying a T-shirt with the saying on it, and I don't own that T-shirt anymore for obvious reasons.
Well, yeah. Can I pick it up from there?
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously, as Kirby's not saying, it was co-opted by some people we don't align with politically and socially and whatever you want to say. It was co-opted by bad actors in our eyes. So Kirby did not want to be lumped in with those people. So he got rid of the
Correct.
shirt.
I was like, of all the things to be co-opted
Right.
in this way, I never in a million years would have predicted it would be this cartoon frog.
So the guy that
swear.
made Pepe was devastated because he didn't
that
want
what the
that to happen
documentary is
either.
about? I had
That
no
is what the
idea.
documentary is about. It's about him making it getting popular, and then him trying to reclaim Pepe because it went to the dark side.
Yeah, I didn't
and
see
he
the
was
documentary.
devastated
I
by
had
it.
no idea.
But more
about all that
importantly,
stuff.
he's really been going hard on trying to reclaim Pepe. And honestly,
Good
I will
luck.
tell you, I don't see too much Pepe related to that kind of stuff anymore. I really
think that
don't.
might have. I think that it was like it was like a trend
Yeah.
basically. And yeah,
But
it's kind
then,
of
so
run
he's
its
been
course.
doing stuff to try and reclaim Pepe, and he's been making unbelievable animations with Pepe.
Really?
They're funny and they're like deep and meaningful. And I showed Mom Brain
And
a
they're
small
really
collection.
good-looking.
They're so well animated on top of it. They are amazing. And I need to show you some of them. Not now. I'll show you them
Okay.
later, but they are top-notch stuff. I'm like, seeing this, I'm like, yeah, man, make it happen. Bring Pepe back where he means what he used to mean. So some of them are funny and some of them are like very like introspective and like very thought-provoking. It's just awesome all around. Really, really awesome content.
Kudos to him.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't think he's ever going to be able to like reclaim this
Wash off
character
the taint.
after everything that's happened. But I'm pleased to hear he's still working and
Yeah,
doing what he likes.
That'll unfortunately always be a part of Pepe's history.
Oh, yeah.
But I give him a ton of credit for not being like, well, I've lost my creation to these idiots, and trying to make Pepe mean something else. So
Why
good for
couldn't
him.
They have done it to Mickey Mouse or something instead.
Because Disney would have swooped in and put a stop to that. Like, this is just one man. He can't control what happens to Pepe. He doesn't have the power of the House of Mouse behind him.
If I was the king of Disney, I would have swooped in and been like, Pepe, come to the castle. You're Disney now, baby. And
Wow.
Yeah, but
how awesome would that
Donald
have been?
Duck, Goofy, Mickey, Pepe, all
How
hanging out
awesome would that
together.
have
We're
been?
gonna get Pixar to make a new Pepe movie,
Right?
but Hilly and Tom, or is it Hiley and Tom? I don't know what the stuff
It's
is.
the Hurley guys.
Hurley and Tom.
Made a good point too. It's like the creator of the Punisher comic,
Yep.
and how the Punisher has
yeah.
been used for a lot of different
Co-op.
things.
So what did
well.
Marvel do? They changed the Punisher's logo.
Did
But
they?
but the original is still being used. in
That's
everything.
why they changed it, because they're like,
What did they change?
and they put out it's still a
It's just
skull,
a
but it's
guy like
completely
this.
different. It looks completely different. Yeah, I mean, they literally put out Punisher comics where the Punisher in the comics is talking about how he hates everything that it's being used for. Like they've
But
done everything they
you
can.
know
but-
that those people with those stickers on their trucks or
don't know,
whatever
and they're not
don't
paying
read the
attention.
comics. They have no clue.
Yeah,
they just know,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
they think the Punisher.
They
is
see a
this
skull
person
and
who,
they know
like,
the Punisher shoots people, and
Yeah,
that's it. So,
which-
and he's for like justice at any cost. And everybody who reads the comics is like,
the right
he kills police, right? Like this, he's not with the police. He kills police and whatever. But yes, they changed the Punisher's skull logo to a completely different skull.
He's only mean to bad people, like the ferret in Kindergarten Cop.
I don't,
The Punisher?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
The ferret was bad.
No, no, he was good, but he only like bites or whatever bad people. That was the whole thing.
I don't remember the ferret.
Forget the ferret.
I remember.
I don't remember the Punisher being in Kindergarten Cop.
Something about
I remember the Terminator being in
Watching the
Kindergarten
movie
Cop.
was the punishment.
My mommy says my daddy's a real sex machine. That's from
Yeah.
that movie, right? And Stop Whining. I remember Stop Whining.
Of course.
Is that
And
also boys
not
have
a
penises
tumor.
and girls have vaginas?
it's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
tumor. Girls, yeah, there you go.
Mhm,
That's it.
mhm.
See, I don't remember the ferret. I'm sorry.
All the good stuff.
Need to watch it again.
I just remember,
Only hurts bad.
Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to say the word ferret, which was kind of amusing.
Moving on to another actor. Wow, perfect timing.
Wow.
John Leguizamo, who of course we all remember for his
Oh, I
most
was wondering
famous
if we were
role
gonna
of
talk
being
about the
Luigi in the Mario
Oh
Brothers
my
movie,
god!
was interviewed about a whole bunch of things, and he also talked about the upcoming animated Mario Brothers movie. And he is, boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, the internet ate me alive for the choice of words I used on this. I said John Leguizamo is upset, and the internet was like, why would you say he's upset? I don't know what word they wanted me to use, but
Was he
here's
not
what
upset?
he said. He says,
Was he
I'm
just- he was mildly
OG.
concerned.
A lot of people love the original movie. I did Comic-Con in New York and in Baltimore, and everyone's like, no, we love the old one, the original. They're not feeling the new one. I'm not. Let me do this again. They're not feeling the new one. I'm not bitter. It's unfortunate. The directors of the live-action
What's
film,
unfortunate? That they're making it. Sorry.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, tell me later.
Tell me later.
After the show.
I'm going to read you what he said, and you'll
It's
know.
about like representation, right?
The directors of the live action film, so the original movie, fought really hard for me to be the lead because he's calling himself the lead.
The
He's
lead.
Luigi. To be the lead because I was a Latin man, and they, the studio, didn't want me to be the lead. They fought really hard, and it was such a breakthrough. For them to go backwards and not cast another actor of color kind of sucks. So he's saying Chris Pratt, not an actor of color, portraying Mario in the new movie. He believes they're going backwards with their casting.
Okay.
So that's why
They should've
he's
cast an
not
Italian guy
bitter
or
about this one. He says fans aren't feeling the new one, and it's unfortunate. And he says they're going backwards, and it kind of sucks.
It kind of
So-
sucks. So he's not that upset.
So I said he was upset, and they said, don't say he's upset. So I should have said, John Leguizamo said,
He's disappointed, or
nope. I should have just said kind of sucks.
Kind of sucks.
That's
yeah.
what I should
John
have
Leguizamo
kind of
Used
sucks.
his
Kinda
exact
sucks.
words.
But anyway, that's where John Leguizamo is at.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. I don't know where I land on this. I think it sucks that Leguizamo had to fight to be in the original movie because I didn't want a Latin guy. That sucks. I'm glad it worked out for him. Are people upset with the Mario Brothers animated movie because Chris Pratt is not a man of color? No.
I think
They
they're more upset
wanted
with the
Charles
fact that-
Martinet to do it.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's why they're upset. And who else?
Well, I think they're more upset with the fact that they don't like Chris Pratt on like a personal level.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like representation across the board in all things isn't up to across the board in all things isn't up to snuff. So to say like specifically that like people are upset at specifically the Mario movie not being more like like
I don't think the vast majority of people are upset with the movie because of that. It's what me and
Yeah.
Kirby said.
Yeah.
Because I don't like Chris Pratt or they wanted Charles Martinet.
which
that's
isn't
it.
to say that Leguizamo doesn't have a point in like the general, his general point.
But again,
is absolutely
I don't
right,
think he's
but-
making a general point. I think he's making just a point about the Mario movie.
Yeah, and
There's no comment in here about movies in general or anything like that. This is specifically about the Mario movie and why people are
He's
upset.
always advocated though in that realm, as far as I can remember.
And that's
but
I want to stress that's good. That's great. We believe in and support that. I'm just saying in specific terms of the Mario movie, I do not believe why that's the majority of people are upset.
Yeah. I mean it would be great if that was something a lot of people were more like active around, but
Well, again, like, it all goes into how much has Nintendo really ever said that Mario's an Italian guy? Like, this is a whole debate here. Like, Mario's Italian heritage has never been a part of Mario. Like, it's not a thing. It's
What do
not
you
like
mean?
anybody
When he
plays.
falls asleep, he talks about spaghetti. What else do you
and
want?
nobody plays the Mario games to see how they're going to show off Mario's Italian heritage. Like, it's not a thing. Most upvoted comment comes from
spicy
the Shafe, and they say the Mario Brothers are Italian in our current social atmosphere. That's white. I don't understand the problem. There you go. I just read them as they're written.
Yeah, also, Bob Hoskins, may he rest in peace. Also not
The
Italian.
world's most famous Italian man. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Leguizamo wasn't upset. He just
Right.
think it kind of sucks.
He commented.
He had some concerns.
What do we got here? We got a big Black Friday sale on the eShop in the UK. Believe it or not, this Black Friday sale has over 1,000 games on the eShop, and we are going to read every single one. It's up to 75% off on
4:30
these
already.
titles. And we are not going to read all of them. Our article has a link, and you can see every game on sale. This does include first-party games, but as usual, only 30% off first-party games. I'm just going to read you a few right now that are on the first page. FIFA 23, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Rim Skyrim V, because it's 5.
Okay, all right.
It's included Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane trilogy, Overwatch 2, Metroid Dread, No Man's Sky, and we'll end on Hentai Uni.
Is there a search option there?
Notice me, senpai.
For
Notice
what?
me.
To search to see if a game is on sale? Or
Yeah, you got a
you
search thing right there.
Type in Final Fantasy 9 for me.
Final Fantasy 9. It didn't come up, so I'm guessing no.
No deal. Thanks for looking.
You got it. I'm gonna do a double check on this, but yes, if you want to see everything that is on sale, hit up the link in the story. And even though it's Black Friday, it's live now, and I believe it goes for a little bit longer than Black Friday too.
Beef fry.
Final Fantasy 9 is not on sale. It is $21. There you go.
Really? That's less expensive than I was anticipating.
Oh, he's interested. Nobody commented because it's a sale thing, of course. North America, what do we got here? Let me tell you. We got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet available now. Just Dance 2023 edition. And don't worry, guys. Ubisoft reached out to make sure we had a review code for that. So a review is coming. Nice. I will tell you, they said the review code doesn't work until the 21st. So we can't play it yet. So our review is not going to be day and date with the game, but we will give you all the news and details on how the 2023 edition of Just Dance is. Bravery and Greed, Finding Paradise, Arcade Archives, Baraduk, Big Kids Games Collection Bundle, 6-in-1, Funny Educational Children and Toddler Learning Pack.
Wow.
Butterflies Poison, Blood Chains, Chompy Chomp Chomp Party, Corner Driver, Chronostace Electric Collection, Extinction Eclipse, First Time in
Check
Rome.
out my erection collection.
First Time in Rome Collector's Edition. By the way, if you're not watching White Lotus, watch that. Italy related. Rome.
Bellissima.
Happy Animals Mini Golf.
You're watching that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
For as
So
much as
good.
you didn't care about the first season?
But
They're
it's
not
an anthology
really- yeah, they're
series,
not
so I
related.
gave the second season a shot. And this one, Chef's Kiss, Bene
Bene
Smoocha.
Smoocha.
It's really good. Heidelberg, 1693. In Extremis DX, Jigsaw Puzzle, Belgium Through the Lens. Ooh, Rick Steves plays it. Labyrinth, Classic Pinball Puzzle. Madurica Real Estate 2, The Mystery of the New Property. The first game in this series was supposed to be really good, and I wanted to play it. It's like a multiplayer, local, like in-person experience, and you can like play it with paper too. I don't know. It looks really interesting, but this is a sequel. Marshall Knight. There's another Knight. McPixel 3. Want to play McPixel 2? You can't because it doesn't exist. The joke is this is a threequel to a game that never had a first installment or a sequel.
That's just confusing.
Montgomery Fox and the Case of the
Call of
Diamond
Duty
Necklace.
Modern Warfare has 2 sequels, 2 twos, and this one doesn't have any twos.
Montgomery Fox and the Revenge of Victor Draven. My Fantastic Ranch. Horses, not food. PID. Pixel Game Maker Series Versus. Puzzle by Nikolai S. Slitherlink. Puzzle Collection Complete Edition. Puzzle Games Bundle 5-in-1. Q Remastered. Quantum Storm. RWBY Arrowfell. That is from Way Forward. Saint Kotor. Slime's Journey. Star Sand. Succubus with Guns. Super Toy Cars Collection. You got a toy car up your butt. The Awakening of Mummies. The Closed Circle. The Kingdom of Gardenia. The Lost Labyrinth. I'm saving this one for last. Ultimate Adam. Caverns of Chaos. War of Ships. Wobble Dogs Console Edition.
Wobble, wobble.
World Class Champion Soccer. World War II Tank Battle Arena. And finally, the Oregon Trail. The Oregon Trail is available on your Switch. Super Duper Pooper Scoop says, shall be partaking in the Pokemon Scarlet hype this week. Hopefully the in-game sandwiches don't make my Pokemon fart. Well, I don't think they fart, so I think you're safe.
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Thank you, Josh. These are the releases for Europe, the week of November 17th, the year of our Lord 2022.
It is the year of our Lord.
Animal Puzzle Cats. Bravery and Greed. Card Fight. Vanguard Deer Days. Choppy Chomp Chomp Party. Extinction Eclipse. Finding Paradise. Happy Animals Mini Golf. In Extremis DX. Lament of the Yuppie.
Don't know anything about that one.
Let's Sing, Year of Our Lord 2022.
Baby lock the doors.
Madorica Real Estate 2. My Fantastic Ranch. Pixel Game Maker Series Versus. Pokemon Scarlet.
Pokemon Scarlet.
Violet. Q Remastered. I don't know how you say this. RWBY.
I think you say it Ruby, but I don't know either.
Ruby. Arrowfell. Scar of the Doll. Smurfs Cart. So we need more cart games, right?
Well, everybody knows we need more card games, and the Smurfs are extremely popular right now.
Big
so.
time.
That Gilgamesh.
I'd smurf them.
Star Sand.
Gilgamesh?
It's like squanching. It it means different things depending.
Like the Epic of Gilgamesh?
Wait, did you mean Gargamel?
He did. I was letting it go.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
confused.
what I meant. Thank you.
No, Gilgamesh was the
What's-
enemy of all the Smurfs.
What's
in
Gargamel's cat's name?
Azrael.
That's right.
Star Sand. Star Sand. Super Chicken Jumper. The Awakening of Mummies. The Bounty Huntress. The Closed Circle. The Kingdom of Gardenia. The Lost Labyrinth. We'll come back to this one. Ultimate ADOM. Addom. Caverns of Chaos. Wobble Dogs. Which, I don't know, man. I watched that video. That looks strange.
It looks
it's like those
interesting.
little bug toys
Yeah.
that just wobble around.
X-Bugs?
Yeah. World Class Championship.
Here, baby.
World Class Championship Soccer. And the Oregon Trail. Oh, you got a bug in there? A hex bug?
Put Manch's hex bug on my necklace when he
That
decided
is a
to
dangerous place to have
leave the
something
realm.
that does that.
It's.
You bump it on and it gets all stuck in
I
those
have
beard,
been woken up by it a few
beard hairs and
times,
stuff.
and I thought I was having a
So
stroke.
that's all. And first comment here comes from Kuribo. Kuribo says, the reported performance issues with Pokemon have made me reconsider what until they potentially patch it better. Voting with my wallet.
That's the only way to make a difference, my friend.
The
Vote with your
European
wallet.
Pronunciation of wallet.
Moving on, we actually have another Pokemon story,
Moving on.
followed by another Pokemon story.
Please tell me
So there's this
more.
Pokemon leaker on Twitter. The Twitter account was Centro Leaks, and they've leaked Pokemon content for a long time now, and they were leaking everything and anything about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet before it came out, and flaunting their leaks and puffing up their chest. And they, in multiple tweets, said, I dare you, Nintendo, to do something. I dare you to do something."
Ooh,
So
very content.
his Twitter account is gone now. They got dared, and that's what happens. I mean, how surprising. Somebody that leaks content of games before they come out from the company that's most notorious for shutting these things down and getting people in legal trouble, and they actually stepped in and made something happen. So that account is gone. Tendonen says, even among Poke Leakers, Centro was a shameless clout chaser, and I'll spare no sympathy for clout chasers.
Take that.
There you go. You'll
Felt
get
like
no
it
sympathy
is.
from me. So yeah, I don't know why you would go out of your way to leak this content leading into a launch and then also dare Nintendo to do something about it. Maybe because you created your own personal hell and you see no way out other than staring down the beast dead in its eyes. And that's what he did. And now he's dead. The Nintendo ninjas killed him. Speaking of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, can I get a drum roll, please? No. Apparently not. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have become the franchise's most pre-ordered games ever. You name another Pokemon game,
That's
this has been pre-ordered more.
interesting that it's the most pre-ordered and yet it's maybe the most disappointing graphically and
Pokemon fans would say the most disappointing has been a trend for the last 10 years. But
Oh, really?
This is the latest.
man, I guess I'm a Pokemon fan and I didn't realize it.
There you go. Yes, ever since the series jumped from like just being on handhelds to consoles, we'll say for a lack of a better word, the main line that is. Pokemon fans have not been happy. But then there was the shining light, Pokemon Legends Arceus, where everybody was like, yes,
everybody
this
was.
is it. Highest reviewed Pokemon game in decades. They're like,
Light.
this is what you got to do. And then this
Loved
came
it.
out and they're like, no. So, well, I shouldn't say that. The internet zeitgeist is like, no. What does that relate to in the real world? I don't know. But there you go.
Hurt feelings.
I guess maybe I don't know. But yes, it's according to Pokemon Company COO. He says Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the most pre-ordered Pokemon games of all time. What he didn't say is if that's in Japan or worldwide. What he also didn't say is if that pertains to digital and physical pre-orders. We don't know, but it's a stat nonetheless. Shalala says something. It's Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon is popular. I mean, it is, as we learned last week, Mom Brain and Do, Pokemon is the most popular what in the world for 2022?
toy
franchise.
Toy franchise. That's right, guys.
Followed
Good
by
job.
Barbie, and then followed by Hot Wheels, and then followed by
They were all in there. I
Marvel?
don't know
Was
if they were
Marvel in there?
followed by
was
Marvel.
one, and Star Wars was one. Those were the 5.
Did you say all 5?
I think so.
Pokemon, Star Wars, Marvel, Barbie,
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. You got them all. Good for you, guys.
I
Good
remembered
for you.
something, and it was like a really important thing to remember. It's very important to know that
That's right.
information.
Yeah.
Speaking of franchises that people say have gone downhill and deserved, and developers should be nobody said whatever. It doesn't matter. We're moving on.
Go ahead.
Not Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. Yuji Naka, the man most well known for creating Sonic
Quest?
the Hedgehog, and also the most recent game, Ballin' Wonderworld, which everybody loves.
Meow.
He's in a little bit of trouble.
I hear he's balling
Oh,
over
no.
the sales of that game.
Oh, well, he's actually balling for
Sorry.
another reason. He's balling because he's been arrested.
Oh no! Who did he meet?
Yuji Naka was arrested for supposed insider trading. So he was working at Square Enix on Ballin' Wonderworld, but apparently at that time, allegedly, he was also working with some other Square Enix developers to get some insider information on what was going on with other games at Square Enix. And he found out that Dragon Quest was going mobile, and they were doing a Dragon Quest Tact mobile game. And he decided to buy around 10,000 stocks in the Japanese-based company Aiming Inc., which was the one that was making Dragon Quest Tact. But he bought these 10,000 shares before the announcement was made that this company was working with Dragon Quest or Square Enix.
Shady.
So this happened in 2020, and the game released 2021 in the West. But just now we're finding out that him and 2 other insiders have been arrested
Can't let you do
for supposed insider trading. Square Enix has commented on the matter, and they said, yes, some of our
What the heck?
employees have been arrested for insider trading, and we're taking it very seriously and cooperating with authorities. So
You're too slow.
I don't know. Not good for Mr. Naka.
You're going to jail.
That's it. And that's no good. The Crimson Lore says, one of these days, Yuji Naka will once again
Prison's
make
no
headlines
good.
for positive reasons. One of these days. I believe in you, Yuji.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
What,
that's-
Sonic
that's
wasn't
rough.
paying him well enough?
You know, I don't know if this is the wrong thing to say, but this is not good that he did this. I think he should have to pay a price. That is true. But I'm just happy it's for a ho-hum reason that he's getting arrested and not something that's extra bad. Let's
Something
say.
that where he might have like hurt
Yes,
other people.
yes, let's say that. I do not think this is right. I do not think this is good. I do think it hurts people at the company,
Yeah, it's
but
like
it's a
about
very
money, it's
white
not
collar
about-
crime. Like, I'm not saying sweep it under the rug at all. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
saying
not-
I'll take this over like a Me Too situation. Let's say something like that.
Sure.
But still disappointing. So I
like,
don't know. I guess he was hurting for money.
Like a boycott the new Sonic game and donate to my Christian charities or something.
Meshing together 2 stories. I like it. Here you go. Speaking of money, Google apparently spent millions of dollars dissuading other big name developers from opening app stores on Android devices, and Nintendo is included in that list. So on Android devices, pretty much anything you make, you can put on the Play Store, and you don't have to worry about it. Whereas Apple, you got to worry about a lot more restrictions, and Apple taking a bigger cut and all that stuff. But Google behind the scenes wanted to make sure they didn't have any competition from other app stores popping up on the Google Play or on Android devices, or making people go to. So say Nintendo opened their own app store on Android devices. That means somebody could go there and buy the games, never interact with the Google Play Store, and they wouldn't have to spend all the money would go to Nintendo, basically. So Google wouldn't be making any cut of that. So in order to stop people from doing, or persuade them to stop or to not do things like this, Google was like, hey, here's some money. We'll give you some scratch. You don't open your own app store. If you're releasing a game, you put it on the old Google Play Store. And Nintendo, and I think it was like 24 other companies were like, yeah, it sounds like a good idea to us. So no like nefarious business going on here. It's just, Google being like, money? And Nintendo being like, yes. And that's the end of it. And they still put their games out on Android devices. So like I said, I think it was 24 companies, and it was part of Google's efforts called Project Hug, where you love something to death, like Elmira, Project Elmira.
It sounds like something that was cooked up in some like cold boardroom.
Yeah, right.
Like where people just care about the bottom line. Like,
Yeah.
something like Love Day, but not that crappy. Happy Love Day, everyone.
Blizzard apparently got $360 million over 3 years for this agreement. We don't know how much Nintendo got. There you go. Endgamer says there's also the deal Google wanted Nintendo's games through Google Play. The deal probably was to stop Nintendo from just making a Nintendo eShop app for Android. But in the end, Nintendo ended up making a web version of the Nintendo eShop that could be accessed on Android. So Nintendo does have the eShop on Android in a way. Yeah, not exactly the same, but, you know, a workaround. That's it, everybody. That's your top stories. Now, Mom Brain, tell me what you have been playing.
Nothing.
Excellent. Kirby, what have you been playing?
I've just been doing the Wordle.
Oh, excellent. Has it been going well?
Is that a new dance craze?
Oh, sorry.
Do the Wordle.
Yes, it's going well.
Excellent. Have you started playing Contexto?
No, is that another New York
It is
Times
another
thing?
word game. It is not New York Times,
Okay.
but I heavily suggest it. It is much more cerebral, but it can go on for a long time if you if you don't take hints. I do not use the hints. All right, so Contexto is the answer is a word. You can do as many guesses as you want. And the guesses you make are given a score. The lower the score, the closer that word is to the correct answer. And the score is based on context. So let's say the word is house. Let's say if I type chimney, you'd probably get a Contexto score of like 20, which is really good. So you'd guess like fireplace or window, other things on a house until you got to house in general, and you get the answer. So it is a lot of fun. But
Sounds
sometimes you'll get Contexto answers that conflict with one another and steer you in a different direction, because the words that you get as the words you put in, their contextual scores aren't in context to one another. You have to remember that. It's only in context to the answer. So you have to remember that when you're playing, because sometimes you'll do two guesses that both have scores that are somewhat low. And you'll start thinking, how are these two words related? And they might not be related. They just are both in relation to the answer.
Okay.
So it's fun. You should try it. There's a new one every day.
Too surreal, bro, for me.
It is fun, but it's more challenging than Wordle, because Wordle's
It does sound more
6 answers
challenging.
and you're done. And you're working with just the alphabet. But,
Right.
I'm not knocking Wordle. I like Wordle, but Contexto's fun. But Wordle's going well for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play it every day, but
no streak going then. My family's big on the Wordle streak. Keeping a streak going, not missing a day.
Yeah,
You're a casual Wordle player.
I guess I would call myself a casual Wordle player. I'm not.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, and I don't have like I think I have like a 94%.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Like winning streak.
That's pretty good. Is that it?
That's it, unfortunately.
Nicky
I
Hill.
don't have enough words to describe how casual of a Wordle player you are.
He needs a word for.
I was just gonna
more
say the
casual.
only streaks I have are in my underwear.
In my underwear. There it is.
Poop. Joke.
Downtown Julie Brown.
Played one round of
Streaky Hill.
Mario Party Superstars, I think is what it was called.
Did you win?
I think so.
I don't believe you.
I
You don't know
remember.
if you won.
Can you imagine losing to a guy that doesn't know? If he
Right?
wins? That would be so.
It's the main point of every Mario Party game, to win.
Pretty sure I won.
He was asleep.
Apparently.
I was playing against a bunch of children, so I hope I won. You know, but like
Children don't
I
let
was
you
just.
win.
I think I was surprised at the lack of extra stars awarded and stuff like that. Usually, I feel like Mario Party was like throwing stars around like crazy at the end of the game.
It's funny because it still does that.
Yeah, it did, but I expected more stars instead of 1 star to this person, 1 star to that person, and we're done. I thought
I don't know which Mario Party you're playing.
Superstars. I just said it.
Because there's
Said it a
Super
million
Mario, there's
times.
Super Mario Party, and the other one.
Mario Party Superstars, I thought it was.
Is that the newer one?
It's the one on the Switch, man. I don't
There's
know.
2 on the Switch, which is why I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about.
Superstars.
Mario Party Superstars. That one came out.
Can't tell me. It's not even on the Switch.
It's on the Switch. That one came out last year, so that is the newer one. Yeah, when I was playing it, I felt like it did the. You only get 2 at the end. I thought you got at least
There was
3.
only like one to this person, one to that person. It was done.
And
It
it
was just
mixes
like-
them up. It's like, most
I just
loser
remember-
spaces.
I remember playing and being like huge differences, like closed gap. Somebody was way ahead with a ton of stars, and it was like, "You're the loser." It's
I
like,
rely
what?
on
How
the-
did that
yeah,
happen?
as someone who's never in the lead going into the end, I rely heavily on the stars at
and
the end.
this time, it was just like I was ahead and I won. Didn't close that gap, so that was it.
So you won. You should be happy.
Yeah, I beat a bunch of children.
Beat them. Beat them up.
Beat them.
Who'd you play as? Tell me you don't know.
It's been a long week, man.
You don't know who you played
I
as?
played as Waluigi, but it's been a
Oh,
long week.
okay. All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Dude, what have you been playing?
I beat Red Dead Redemption 2 yet again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. As predicted, I couldn't go through with getting every single pelt and all that stuff. Once I finish the epilogue, I get bored easily. Just for some reason, the world seems empty to me, and there's no reason to go on. So, but anyways, had a lot of fun. Still a great game.
Hey, chat, tell me what you're playing. I'll get to it later.
Yeah, chat. And I will stick by the fact that I always remember how disappointing the final mission is. I think it's very disappointing. I'm not going to talk about it because of spoilers, but nobody here or in the chat plays this game, so it
You have
doesn't
to give up your rat head at the end.
It's not that devastating, luckily.
You tip it.
Oh, that's it. A lady.
That'd be great if there was like a hat tip button.
Right? Why is that not in
I
there?
don't know. It's insane.
Just a hat tip.
It's crazy.
In general, yeah.
It's not a next gen game.
Unreal Engine 5, they'll have that.
Yeah. The power to tip your
Hat tipping technology.
They call it the Milady.
A dedicated Milady button.
Wow, that's why they sell those controllers with the triggers underneath.
That's
Those are
right.
the Milady
Yeah,
buttons.
you actually have to grab that trigger, put the controller up to your head, and bring it down.
Oh my god,
that'd be like the Wii days. Somebody
Yeah,
thinking of a
right.
Wii game. It's got motion controls. How about you
Wii
tip your
Motion
hat to
Plus,
people?
I think you could do that.
That's right.
1-to-1 hat tipping.
HD Rumble hat tipping.
Anyways, that got ridiculous. So luckily that's gone, and I didn't have like the urge to go back and do anything else. So I think for now, for another year.
For now,
or so,
I started BioShock 2.
yeah. No, I played new stuff. So I on your recommendation, I was going to do it anyway, but on your recommendations, I started playing Somerville. It's the game from some of the developers that did Inside and Limbo.
New company, save developers and other new developers.
It's so it's that type of game, the cinematic platformer. It reminds me so much of Another World, or is that what it's called? Out of This World?
It's called Another World now. It was always called that in Europe. We called it Out of This World, but I've since changed to Another World because when it gets re-released, it's called Another World. So Out of This World is gone. Not in
So-
here, but in the world.
It'll always be in your heart.
That's right.
Yeah, very happy for you, RMC. Glad you like that. Maybe one of my worst video game experiences ever was Another World, and you and
That's why
Nicky
we
Hill
deleted that video.
Were there to witness it. So this has hit me very, very similarly, which is rough for me because I loved Limbo and I loved Inside, and this, although I really appreciate the art style of it, and I really appreciate the sound design of it. I'm playing it with headphones on. There's something on the Xbox Series S where its frame rate is just atrocious. So it feels very much like you're playing the original Another World in a weird way. Like it really does feel like that. And
I mean, Another World's frame rate was like at some point single digits. So I don't know if Somerville gets that bad, but from watching the intro
exaggerating,
that you
yeah.
showed me, it was certainly chugging more than I would have
Noticeable,
expected.
like
yeah.
noticeable to the point where I was like concentrating on that and not the like the clear
Well,
emotional parts of the
right
game.
out of the gate. If that's what you see, I would understand that being
Yeah.
jarring. You'd be like, oh, is something wrong?
And for me, look, I'm not I don't make video games. I don't know anything about it. It's a magical box to me still. Like I have no idea how any of that works. But like I see those graphics, which are pretty in their own right, but it's not like Unreal 5, like
No, definitely
you know
not.
what I mean? Like, so it's got this style that I really appreciate. But
Just want to. I don't know if this is serious or not. Unreal Engine 5 is just an engine. It is not for realistic. It's for everything.
okay,
I just want to make that clear.
Yes, I get it. But like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is you look at the graphics and you wouldn't be like, this game will definitely chug on my last generation's.
Well, see, that's the
console.
difference. You're talking about like art style versus graphically intensive. Like, just because it's realistic doesn't mean it'll chug, but just because it's artistic doesn't mean it won't chug.
I started this by saying I thought my video games were a magical box. I'm telling you, I don't know anything
like
about
realistic graphics don't push a system more. It's all about the engine and
Well,
how it's being used.
that you were telling me because you played it on the X and it's the same game because you download it from the same place, but yours doesn't chug. And I was like, that to me, it's the same game. That doesn't make sense. But to you, it's like it needs to be optimized on each individual.
Yeah, basically they farted out a PC version on all platforms, and they were like, and did very little to optimize it for the other version. So they built PC first, and they were like on the other versions.
Does it work well on the PC? Have you
The
heard?
PC version will be the one that runs the best, but even there, it still has issues.
Because I feel like farting it out is like a port, whereas sharding it out would be like a shoveling it out. Really, is what I'm trying to say. Would be more like what I got, which is like an inferior.
Well,
port
see,
of-
sharding it out, I would think would mean it would be bad on every version, whereas farting it out would mean at least there's one good version and the others were farted out.
I feel like if you're farting something out, you're putting in little effort. If you've sharded it out, you've made it look there's like more effort.
More effort in sharding?
Well, what are you producing with a fart? Just
Farting
air.
is like where sharding is like
yeah, where you're like, "Ugh." It's enough that poop comes out.
I think I'm with Mom Brain here.
we're saying that a worse game would be
No, see, this is the way I look at it. So farting is a success because you didn't dirty yourself.
Oh.
Sharding, sharding, you don't know when that's coming. You know,
gambled
you
and
think
won.
it's a fart.
So what is a
and
farted
it
out game
turns-
again then?
A farted out game. This is kind of how I'm breaking it down, if I can. So, if you allow me,
I will.
So farted out game is more to me like a port, like without any bells and whistles. So it's like,
but that would mean it wouldn't run. So you're saying the port runs well, but it's farted out.
yeah, it's farted out because it's like this is a port of a game. We added nothing new. We farted it out for you.
I gotcha. But the port itself runs fine.
But the port runs fine.
Okay.
Now, if they sharded it out, that means that it is a port, but it's not running well. It's like not even as good as the original. That's how I'm thinking of it. Now,
I gotcha.
I'm looking at it from because you were saying, Mom Brain, that you think sharding is a little bit more effort.
There's more effort.
I think it's a similar effort because you're not expecting to shart your pants. It's just a fart with
if you
shart.
poop something out, then it's more effort.
And because yes.
So the best would be a poop.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, if you pooped it out, maybe. Well, we'll get to that. But I'm still kind of on the sharding thing. I just want like the shart. It's a fart so it didn't cost you any extra effort, but it went worse. And that's why sharding is when it went worse.
I got you. I got
So
you.
like I can do that. We'll talk about the pooping it out. That's going to be a whole nother thing. I'm going to
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to talk about that. Man, that was really interesting.
Anyway,
talking about that.
Somerville doesn't run great on the S.
Yeah, it doesn't run great at all. The like, and then besides the low frame rate, there's like a lot of clipping issues with the animation.
That's all versions. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, I'm not blaming any one version. I'm saying the game itself. Like,
yeah,
it feels
frame
like
rate
it's not
S
finished.
issue, and even more on Xbox One issue. Clipping all versions.
Yeah, there's
That's
like,
an underlying like build
and
related
then
issue.
this is more of a me thing, but it frustrates me to no end. It's like the controls are really cumbersome, and you can't really. A lot of times with the depth perception and with the art style is pretty, but like it's tough to tell where your character is depth perception wise. There's a lot of like just like places that you can't go that you think you could, and then places that they want you to go, and then I also found that there's certain instances where you have to like run away from like a game over basically, and if you don't do everything perfectly, you have to start the section over, and it's frustrating because a lot of times you feel like the controls just aren't lining up, or he's not fast enough, or they're like, I can't tell you how many times I've actually done what the game wants you to do and I've still lost.
Running away from a game-ending moment is a hallmark of a cinematic platformer. Like, you're not wrong for thinking that a cinematic platformers, that is a mechanic. That's
right.
a thing.
That's their whole thing. And like one of my negatives on my list here is trial and error, and that's like literally what a cinematic platformer is. To me, that takes me so far out of it, because I get frustrated. Like if I have to do it 3 or 4 times, then I get frustrated, and then I'm not having fun anymore. I'm not thinking about the story or where it's going or anything like that. I'm thinking like, oh God, what a torture this is. And for me, this game's been pretty torturous.
Could I ask where you're at?
You can.
Just being nosy.
I am at oh God.
I am waiting for a bus.
There's all kinds of stuff that happened, like past the.
This is like how I would give a book report in school when I didn't read the book. So much happened. I don't know where
It's
to
like
start.
like 10
Really?
it
begins in Somerville, and let me tell you, after that, woo! It just goes. It does everything.
More, you should read the book.
I don't want to spoil it for you. You read it on your own.
Well, that was what they did in Reading Rainbow. Like, read the book
Yeah.
at the end. And I always thought I was so clever when
It's
I did that.
summertime.
Anyways, it was
Not
just
to take
really
my
funny.
word
I'm
for
sorry.
No, it's funny because I can't really remember. It's like just like the tent city and past that, and then there was
Somerville.
So you're past the tent city.
Summer not.
past the tent city, and then I had to do something to like bring. Oh, I'm at a big stage, like a band, like a rock band.
Yes.
I'm at the stage,
I
and I
gotcha.
got there.
So you're like at the end of the first third.
Okay, well,
I know where you are. Yeah, that's a perfect way. That's a big set piece. That's a perfect way to explain it.
okay, great. I remembered, but yeah. So I got there and then didn't know what to do, and like the camera angle was not changing for me to give me a better view of things, and I was getting frustrated, and I decided to, instead of to keep like texting you angry voice notes, I would just switch games. So that's what
I
did.
have another question. Do you know how many hours you spent on a game? Any idea?
On this game. Well, that's what's funny is like I would tell you that I spent like 2 hours, but I looked up a walkthrough because I got stuck on YouTube. 20 minutes into the game is what I mean. This guy was a speedrunner, but like, so I'm probably like 45 minutes, like for real.
Oh yeah, I was. It's hard to grade how long cinematic platformers are because once you know the solution to a puzzle, if you were to run through the game and do it again, it'd be much quicker.
Yeah, it's
so like I think playing a couple hours would make sense.
Yeah, it felt like a long time. I don't know. Again, I don't want to poop this whole game because it's pretty good. Like it's definitely got some good stuff for it, and I going for it. And I think, if you're a fan of that style of game, I think you'd like it.
Well, you are a fan just when it's made by a different team. Like you like Limbo and Inside a lot. And I think the big difference for you is like those are strictly 2D. You are running on a 2D plane, which certainly helps because then you wouldn't get lost.
Yeah.
And on top of that, both of those games are cinematic platformers that focus more on the platforming action. You have a jump button. This does not have that. You're clambering over stuff.
No
like
jump, no run. That's another.
There's no
thing.
run. Yes.
There's no.
Your character
prompts.
runs when it's scripted that he's supposed to run.
Right. But there's no prompts either. So like you go up to something you're supposed to touch and you have to manipulate his body until he like puts his hand up automatically. And then you have to hold a button and it doesn't tell you which button. So you figure one of the buttons and then big
I'll
deal.
push back on. There's only one button for interactions. It's always that button.
Then why do other buttons there's two buttons that do things, and it really is confusing.
What are the two buttons?
The X button or the whatever that blue button is.
Oh, there's the buttons for your arm.
He does something, man. I'm telling you.
There's only one interact
annoying.
button. Maybe
This
that's
game's
why
annoying.
there's a problem. Here's the thing. Here's
I think
how
I'm
you
pressing the wrong button.
Here's how you always get him to interact with what you want him to interact with. Walk near it and then hold that button, and he'll automatically over to it and do what you need to do. He'll like
maybe I'm not
he'll get
holding
like
the button.
sucked
I
over
feel
to
like
that thing.
I feel
As
like
long
I'm
as you're
holding this button, man.
as
but
long as you're within the
obviously not.
vicinity of what you're supposed to do, like I said, everything's orange that you interact with. So right there, you already know what you're supposed to do. Just go near it and hold that button, and he'll and go over and do it. Like that's all you got to do. Because he is finicky to get in position, which is why I started doing
finicky.
that. I just
That's
held
a
the
word
button, and he goes to
for
do
it.
what he's supposed to do.
Look, it's not necessarily for me. I'm gonna see if I can go back to it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm getting so frustrated at how the game plays that it's taking away from what you're supposed to be experiencing about it.
Well,
And
you're not wrong. Like as far as cinematic platformers go, it is rough. Like it's a rough experience. I would say Out of This World. I'm sorry, Another World is better in how interactions with the environment go. Like you know what you're supposed to do, and you can interact with stuff. It's certainly more sluggish than Somerville, but as far as ease of like interacting with elements, I would say it's better. Like this game it needs another layer of polish. It feels like it needs 2 more bug passes or so, because like your character is finicky. It would be lovely if there was a dedicated run button, because sometimes you feel like this man is walking through molasses when you're trying to get to areas. It's just frustrating because you'll be like in big levels and you're like, pick up the pace, move. Like why do you have
you're
to walk
speaking
this
my
slow?
language here. It feels good.
Yeah,
to agree
cinematic
with you about
platformers don't have
something.
anything to do with moving sluggishly. There's plenty of cinematic platformers where your character moves just fine. Like again, the example, Limbo, Prince of Persia, the original Prince of Persia, he runs just fine. Like this is not a thing about cinematic platformers. This is a choice that they made with their game where I don't appreciate it. So you're right. I feel that same frustration with how the character moves. I completely agree on that.
But I know that there's something there. Like I feel like if I wasn't having these frustrated issues, that I could really be enjoying something that they created here, because it's like there's a lot of it that's really great. There's no dialogue, and but there's a lot of emotion that you're getting, and there's like the family dog follows you around and stuff, at least for the parts
I don't
I'm
like
doing.
that because it makes me uncomfortable.
I'm nervous as hell. I have this dog with me, but like
there's one part where you climb over something and you go into the water and the dog's like barking at you because he can't go that way, and you're like, well, I hope you don't die.
There's a couple of parts where you just like leave the dog, and it's like, well,
what
I
the
guess
dog
I'm
doing?
leaving the dog, and then like you get to a different part and like the dog crawls out, so he found another way.
Yeah.
But like you're almost like, go back to the house.
Yeah, I want a button to be like, go home. Yeah.
But that, like, all that kind of stuff, like I can tell that there's something emotionally there. It's just been a frustrating gameplay experience for me. And that's Somerville so far. Started playing, I picked up a Plague Tale
Requiem.
Again.
Innocence is the first. Requiem
Thank
is
you.
the second.
Yeah, I'm like,
because remember how innocent she was before she found out about her rat brother.
Well, now I'm getting it. How much of this have you played?
Not much more past that, where I was.
Because I played a little bit now. I think I'm on chapter 3, 4, and I'm like really. At first, I wasn't liking what they were doing with Amicia's character, but I really like it because it's like, after everything she's gone through, there's no way you wouldn't have PTSD or
Jesus
something.
Christ. I mean, everything she went through in last game and the beginning of this game, you're like, oh man, this poor girl.
Worse. Again, I don't know where.
I don't know anything else bad then.
But it's crazy. And like the voice actors do this thing. There's a lot of like
French.
There's a lot of parts in the game when like there would be reasons for the environment to smell awful.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way the voice actors talk in those scenes is so, it pulls you right in. I was feeling a little like I'd eaten a ton of ice cream after eating a bunch of food, and So like I had
That's my favorite
a
thing to do.
tiny belly ache, and like I was playing this game right after that, and like it's the first time I ever got nauseous. Like I had to
Come closer, Amicia.
I
Smell
had
the
to, like,
rat
stop.
feces. Get down here.
I
Smell
just
it.
stopped for a little bit because there was a part that was just so gross, and the way that they were talking and like what I had to do in that scene as the character, I was like, I'm wearing the headphones and I'm like, I was like, oh my god, like I'm getting like,
Please,
really
Amicia, you
nauseous.
must eat all this ice cream. You have to do it. The rats are coming. We can't let the ice cream go to waste.
Yeah. So I do like that.
Never gonna look at chocolate sprinkles the same way.
Oh,
no. So there's a few things. I've got like a list of stuff, and it's in no order, so I might go to bad, like things that bug me and then things I like. But anyways, so there is a like in games when you like you're hiding from bad guys, and then you like say you knock out a bad guy, and like the other bad guy sees him and he's like, hey, what are you doing, and like wakes him up and stuff like that.
this one's for Marcelo.
So they do that kind of stuff in this, which I appreciate. It gives you like a little sense of like it's like I don't have a lot of time here, like I need to like get going. But there's also parts where you can burn like dry grass patches and like burn soldiers and kill them, and like it leaves this like charred husk. So like I was like, there's a whole bunch of enemies around, and I had to kill this guy. Like it was how I discovered you could burn the grass. Like I didn't mean to do it. I just like something happened and I freaked out, and this guy like burned to death. So there's this like burned out husk, and his buddy is like looking around for me, right? And he comes over and he goes, I even wrote down exactly what he said. He goes, hey, you, what's wrong? And he goes over there and he's like, get up. And it's like the dead charred guy, and he's talking to him like he was knocked out or something.
I thought
And I
you
was
were-
like, what the hell? Like,
He was like, must have been the wind.
exactly. It was exactly like that. So that took me out of it. I was like, oh my God. Like, so there's that. There's like a lot of like real sparse areas in the game where, like, yes, parts of these little towns or whatever that you're in are supposed to be evacuated. Like no one should be there. But like they play it like there'll be like one person there and they're not, and it's just an NPC that's like, and like it's like literally an empty like section of the town, and you'll walk through and there's a person, they don't say anything, they stand there, you can walk up to them and like, and it's so like little stupid things.
Maybe
like
they're just horrified by their surroundings.
Stupid things take me out of it like that. But what I do appreciate is that it's mostly a like straight line, this game, not you know what I mean, like it's kind of,
it's very linear.
You don't really have to waste time like snooping around and things like that. The voice actors,
I mean, I'm guessing you didn't find like the secrets in the first game either.
No,
the flower collecting and all that stuff.
Not obviously
they're not necessary.
Probably stumbled across a few by mistake, but I'm sure I didn't really care.
Posies.
I don't remember what flowers were. They different flowers each time?
I don't remember.
Flower the mom likes,
but they were into the flowers, and they talk about it in this one too. But anyways, the voice actors I talked about were really good. I like Amicia's character journey, even though it's like pretty depressing because I have a feeling it's not going to end well. Like she's such a good-hearted person and she cares about her brother and this whole thing, and like
and that brother's a pain in the ass.
The brother's a pain in the ass, and like no one really appreciates anything that she does. And then, all she's been doing is like murdering soldiers. So she's like getting kind of messed up in her head. It's like really taking a toll on her. And as much as I don't like it, it makes the character feel very real. And I really am invested.
I thought about that in the beginning when you're doing the tutorial and the brother is like, oh, it's the king. He's coming to get us. We have to hide. And I'd be like, this would be a little traumatic, I think. We just got out of all this hiding from people in the last game, and now he's like, let's pretend the king's after us. Like, Amicia should be like, let's play like hopscotch or something else. Can we do anything else other than hide from people?
Yeah, that's a good point. But we did learn a lot.
We did. That's true.
But yeah, so it's I don't know. I'm really invested in the characters because of that kind of stuff. It feels real and it's heartbreaking, but the gameplay is also very intense. Like my heart beats like going through a lot of the sections. The way that they have it set up, it's just very, I don't know. It's a very intense game. I get really into it. I like that it does this really cool thing that I like, where you know how in a game like you get like shot like 800 times and then like the screen goes red around the end and like it's like, oh, one more shot and I'm dead, like that kind of thing. The game does something similar where but it's not like you get like they throw spears at you and stuff. It's not like you get hit with like 10 spears and it's like the 11th at you and it'll miss you narrowly and you'll get a red ring and it's kind of like, okay, next time he throws it at you, you're dead. Like it makes it a little more realistic in a way, because it's like you wouldn't want, like she wouldn't be stabbed 100 times and be like, oh, here's an herb, I'm fine. Like,
plus I feel like when they hit you, if they do get close, they come in for like the kill, like right away, like they throw you down and they like destroy you.
So that, you know, it's kind of a cool little thing. I'm still pretty early on. It's not really doing anything different gameplay wise from the previous game yet, but like I said, it's just very intense. There's some things I want to talk about here. My companion. So I'm with the companion. So far in every chapter, I've been with the companion, and he got stuck once, and I had to and it was like at a part where you're supposed to be like, Lucas, go over there and turn the crank or something. And like, he was stuck and he actually said to me, I'm stuck. And I was like, are you
whoa, no, you stopped yourself.
Nice.
You
I was
stopped
like,
yourself.
are you for
real?
Are you for real, Lucas?
You effing idiot.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about that. And then there was
obviously,
and then there was another instance where I had to I walked around for like 10 minutes looking for the solution, and there was a glitch. I had to like start the game over. Basically, Lucas was supposed to like be triggered to say something and do something, and he didn't. He was standing there, and then I couldn't figure it out, and I had to Google it, and then then I had to reload.
I have read about that being an issue, because first I heard about that in the Switch Cloud version, and I was like, this has nothing to do with it being on the cloud on Switch. I'm sure this is people just acting like that's the reason. So I went to hunt down if this is happening in the other versions and found probably the same stuff you did. It happens in all the versions that somebody could get stuck or an environmental puzzle isn't triggered when it's supposed to be. So that can be fixed with a patch, but yeah, frustrating.
Yeah, it was a bummer. And I spent like time, you know, because I didn't think it was a glitch. So I was like, what am I missing? And then it was
Don't you hate that feeling in a game when there is a glitch, but you don't know? You're like, am I missing something, or did I not do something right? And then you're like, this. It goes on for so long. You're like, this has to be something wrong with the game and not me.
Yeah. So that was frustrating. Hopefully that doesn't happen too much more. And the whole time I was playing, I was thinking that you, RMC, would hate how, quote, helpful the companion is.
Trust me, I hate it. I hate it in every game. I hate it in this one. Everybody's got to talk so much.
In this one, it's egregious. They don't let you do anything. It's literally holding your hand through the whole thing.
Let me play that's every game now. And I don't care if that's in there. It's fine if it's in there, but let me shut them up. Some games give an option where it says, how often do you want hits? And you can say never, which is what I want. And don't force me to be like, oh, it looks like I can go over there and turn the
And I know you don't like
shut up. I'm playing a game.
I know you'd rather have it off, but like I like it when it's like there's like an invisible timer where it's like I look around for 5 minutes, and if I don't figure it out, then maybe he says something.
That's fine.
But like even that, it's like whatever.
I don't mind the option being there. Let people choose what they want. Just don't force me to have a game play itself.
In this game, it's literally you walk into a room and he's like, "There's a ladder over there," and it's like, we just walked in the room. Like
I know what a ladder looks like. Give me a second to walk around. I'm sure I'll find it.
So he's like, it doesn't bug me that much, but every time it happens, it almost bugs me because I get bugged for you.
It makes me so frustrated. I feel like wanting to stop playing. Like I'm like, well, if the game's gonna play itself for me, why am I even here? And I just want to put the controller down and be like, forget it. I don't care. If you're gonna tell me how to do everything and I don't even have a chance to look around, then why am I bothering? The game knows what to do. Let it do it. I'll go do something else.
Now I'm the kind of guy that, especially with a game like this that's like narratively focused, I want to like move it along because for me, the story, the narrative is interesting, and I don't want to get bogged down with like me not being skilled enough to do something. So
Well,
I
you're
like
getting it.
I like it to move a little bit quicker.
I got things to do here.
But I do really like the whispering. The voice actors whisper
Yes.
to each other, and it's during the gameplay, and it adds. Not only does it add like the character development that you need while you play without cutscenes, but it's like it makes sense because like too many games, I can't tell you how I've been creeping around and people are like, oh, talking at their full voice because it's a video game and they don't really know. Like here, they're whispering and it feels like, holy cow, I better keep quiet. And
Oddworld does that when you're sneaking around in Oddworld. So you hold the sneak button when Abe goes to talk to other Mudokons. If you hold the sneak button, he'll be like, "Hey, I'm here to help you," or stuff like that, which I appreciate.
Well, and then last but certainly not least, Xbox Series S, no rat rumble, and not even. And here's the worst part. Look, I understand it's not the same technology that's in the PlayStation 5 controller, and for the previous game, you've heard me talk about like how amazing the rats were in that first game. I don't know how it does it with the technology, but it felt like there were 100 little rats in the controller. It's incredible, all pecking at little parts.
You played the first one
on the PlayStation 5.
But this one you're playing on Xbox. Is it on Game Pass?
You
It's
had
on
the
Game
same
Pass.
conversation last time.
And I made the joke that I don't buy new games. I buy systems that I already
Deja
own.
vu,
And you
baby.
thought that was really funny. So basically on Games Pass, I downloaded this on the Xbox Series S. But here's the thing. Okay, I get that it can't have like I said, rat rumble, but it doesn't even rumble when the rats are around. Like not even a regular rumble. Like forget like the little 100 rats inside my
Forget
controller.
a rat rumble.
Yeah, forget a rat rumble.
I just want to
I just
rumble.
want to rumble. I mean, the Rumble Pack on the Nintendo 64 had rumble. You can't give me rats rumbling. I mean, I see that they're rumbling, but I don't feel the rumbles.
You got
but there's rumbling and like
It's
jumping
DLC,
and,
paid
and
DLC.
walking and grabbing people and throwing the sling and doing all
Listen,
that
man,
stuff.
you get it through Game Pass. You got to make some concessions.
If the game wasn't $60, I mean, I hate to be a cheapskate, but like I'd say it would be worth it for the controller.
How much would you pay for Rat Rumble?
$20.
Wow.
I paid $20.
That's more than you
for
paid
Rat
for like.
Rumble.
That's more than
you'll
you'll pay for a whole game, and you'll pay $20 for Rat Rumble.
Well, I'm playing the game too, right? The game comes with it, right? It's not just the controller.
Oh, you're saying so the whole game costs $20 with Rat Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Rat Rumble was like DLC.
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
I pay $60 and then I pay $20.
The controller just rat rumbles whenever it wants. Like he's in the middle of sleeping in the middle of the night, and the controller like rumbles through the room.
What's great?
There it goes.
Rat rumbles through the room.
What's great is I've only played 2 games that I can recall. Well, other than the little Astro Boy game, but like 2 games that use that rumble, and one was for rats and one was for a cat.
There you go. Animal related rumble, yeah.
But anyway, so I'm gonna play more of the Plague Tale, and I guess when I see the rats, I'm just gonna pretend that it's rumbling. I don't know. Then I also got some great news this week. Broforce update coming in. What do you mean? Oh yeah, it's not exciting.
I mean, it's not out, and
It's
you
the
didn't
most
play it.
Exciting thing ever.
Broforce Forever, it's called, right? A new content update with new bros and new forces and new. I don't remember what else they said.
Unbelievable.
Levels.
Unbelievable. You texted me like it was.
No, I did
Christmas
because I know
yesterday,
you're very
and
excited about it, but
I found out it's just my Christmas.
It's
A lot
not.
of people are
It's
excited
not.
about it. Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, like this is what we played. It's just an announcement.
I guess if you'd. Maybe I shouldn't have worded it that way. So I went and I played the original Broforce.
Oh, okay.
But
Now
who
it makes
cares,
sense.
right? Who gives a crap?
No,
This
now it
sucks.
makes sense. If you said that, I would have been like, and that new update's coming out. Yeah,
Well, that's why I figured I would get boned up on it.
I
Broforce
know.
is one of the games
Broforce sold well. I don't know. I don't really hear anybody talking about it with the passion that you have for it.
I've had
but it's
so
a
much
popular
fun with it.
game.
I've played it on literally every system. I've got it on all 3 systems. I've played it on all 3 so much. I can't tell you how much bros I've played.
You broed out. You've broed out.
I broed it all. I bro everything.
So you did go back and play another old game again. We got there eventually. There was an old game you returned to.
Yeah, but Broforce, that's I mean that's
an old game.
It's not that old.
Not that old, yeah.
Broforce is more arcadey. You can kind of like jump in and out of Broforce. It's not like sitting down to play BioShock or something like that.
Let's see when Broforce came out. 2018. Still 4 years old. Yeah, not that old.
Well,
and now an update's coming 4 years later.
I must say, like, I'm pretty impressed. They don't have to be doing this, right? I mean, they're not charging.
I guess they
anybody
found
money.
a new audience through. I don't know if it's on Game Pass. Obviously, Switch version came later, but
It is.
yeah, they. I guess they have seen numbers that shown them. Well, we should do something for these people, so that's what they're doing.
I love it. I love it. Broforce is so
I love
great.
it.
But thanks for listening
Yeah.
to all of that. That was a long one. That's what she said.
I asked the chat what they're playing. I would imagine that. Hello, Rosemary the Farmer. I see you
Did
in
she
here.
say that about a fart or something?
That was a long fart.
I'm seeing if anybody said anything they played.
Some people said something.
Giant Reggie is playing Pokemon Scarlet right now. Pokemon Scarlet, Sonic Frontiers, and the Atari 50 collection for our William George. Tall Show is playing Skyrim Anniversary Edition on Switch, plus a little Splatoon 3. Storbus Corbin is playing Slay the Spire. Great game. That's it's just, if you said it and I missed it, I'm sorry.
10 Division.
Hello, Tarsius. 10 Division is playing 10 Division is playing Pokemon Scarlet and Sonic Frontiers. Lots of Pokemon, lots of Sonic, just like it used to be decades ago. Thanks, guys.
What about you, RMC? Tell us.
Oh, thank you. I actually wrote things down this week, as in the names of the games, so I don't have to try and remember. I played Oddworld. I'm very sad. I'm very angry. I played Oddworld. I'm trying to save every Mudakin in every level. I take it very seriously. The levels are extremely long. I'm talking about like 3 hours per level if you're going for every Mudakin. Well, RMC got 2 hours into a level, and a glitch happened.
Oh, no.
An enemy didn't trigger, and it's an enemy that you need to trigger so you can take him over and access the button to open a door.
A level was 2 hours long?
The levels are longer than that, yeah.
Aye.
If you don't care about killing Mudokins, you could run through a level in 20 minutes.
Oh, nice.
I'm saving all of them. So enemy didn't trigger.
You got
I restarted the
crack
checkpoint.
a few eggs.
Enemy didn't trigger. I'm like,
no.
oh no. So the game actually has in the levels checkpoints that you can walk back to and re-trigger. I walked all the way back to a previous checkpoint, triggered that, came back, enemy came.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, the enemy came. But it didn't do it correctly. The enemy is supposed to only alert when you're standing in the red light. Every time I would take over this enemy, do what I needed to do, and kill it, another enemy would trigger. So now it was before not triggering at all. Now it was constantly triggering. So putting the 3 Mudokins I was trying to save in jeopardy. The one ends up getting killed, and I'm like, all right, well, now I can restart the checkpoint because everything works. I restart the checkpoint. What happens when I restart the checkpoint? One Mudakin is standing somewhere where it wasn't before. And it happens to be standing right in a doorway that automatically closes when my checkpoint starts. So what happens? He gets crushed to death. So now I'm stuck in a loop where a Mudakin is killed every time, and I can't escape it. So after 2.5 hours, I quit the level. So now I have to go back and do it all over again and hope that checkpoint doesn't trigger.
Oh, that's so sad.
I cannot explain how frustrated I
Oh
was.
my
I didn't
God.
throw the controller or anything. I put
I
it
would have
down.
if that
I
happened to me.
turned the system off, and I laid on the couch
Yeah,
and
you-
was seething. Seething.
Did you write a letter
And
to
I-
Lauren?
No. And I was like, I know I'm going to go back to it, but I'm not there yet. So this weekend, I'm going to go back to it. This was a few days ago, but it so annoyed me because I'm working so carefully and meticulously to save all of them.
Yeah.
And by no fault of my own, one got killed.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's
And
horrible.
you had to
and I have
relive his
100.
death.
Yes, every time. So every time I re-hit the checkpoint, it's. And Abe goes like, he says a different thing every time. He's like, "Oh, sorry about that," or like, "Oh dear," or like little. Every restart, it was something like that. And I'm like,
Is it the same voice actor?
yes, it is. It's me. Yeah, it's the same guy. So I'll go back. The level was great up to that point, but boy, oh boy, did that
And
annoy
what
me.
level is this?
I made it to. I'm in a 6th stage where I'm hijacking the train finally, which is how the game starts. The game starts with a hijacked train. So now I'm at that part. And I am
6
going
levels just
into
get to the beginning of the game.
I'm going into a
long
facility where the Mudokins are working. So
That's
I've
where
been
the original game started.
Mudakin.
no, it's a different
Or
facility.
You start there and then go back into the.
No.
I don't know what that means.
The game starts with a cutscene where Abe is in a train that he has hijacked.
Right.
Then you begin the game. The first level you play at is the refuge where you bring the Mudokons from the first game. That refuge gets set on fire, and it's about all the Mudokons escaping. So the levels are escaping from your refuge, going out into the canyons, saving the guys that are trying to escape there. They tell you, we need a train. You have to go through this big valley to get to a train station. And I just got to the train station now where the train is.
That's
and there
all
are
one level.
No, that's
Okay.
the level I'm on now. Like one is the escape, one is the canyon, one is the escape from the canyon, one is like a old defunct mining town that you got to pass through, one is a valley, and then I'm at the train station. So that's where I am now, train station. But yeah, the levels are huge.
Conspiracy theory. I say you wanted the glitch to happen so you could hang out in the train station longer.
No. Well, if anything was going to make me hate trains, it would be this glitch. So that's what happened in Oddworld. Also, I played Somerville. I finished the whole game in one sitting, so I wrapped that up.
Oh.
I was very much looking forward to that. It is the first cinematic platformer I've played where it's not just 2D, because you run around in 3D environments for some of it, or most of it actually, but they're from a 2D perspective most of the time, but it has depth to it. As Deux said, and I said, it's glitchy. It needs a few more passes to be up to snuff. I think it's visually gorgeous. I love this art style. I think the sound design is some of the most impressive sound design I've ever heard in a game. It is all encompassing, enveloping sound. It is amazing. Somerville. And I like the story. I don't know if it's a story that tries to do too much without saying anything, like any dialogue. I don't know if the story's a little too nebulous where it's like, you decide what happens here. I'm fine with deciding a few things that happens, but like, don't give me a million different explanations for a story and then tell me like, you tell me what happened. Like, no, you made the game. You tell me the story. That's why I'm playing it. I'm okay with figuring certain things out on my own, but by the end, I'm like, I'm not quite sure some of the things that happen here. But I do enjoy it. I think there's a great game in there. It just needs more work. But Deux already talked about
it. What was it? 4 hours for you? Did you do it?
I did it in like 3.5.
And you sat there and you played the whole thing in 3.5, and you were like, good for you, man. I'm really happy
I am
a cinephile
what
platformer.
What do you call it? I am seasoned when it comes to cinematic platformers. So like any hiccups or issues I've had with cinematic platformers over the years are decades muscle memory now. So but like I said, in this game, everything you interact with is orange or white. So really, what's there to do?
I'm not even talking about the puzzles. I just think, like, what a great boon for you to play another world as a child and learn about frustration and patience and learn how to deal with that stuff.
I don't remember being frustrated back then. I remember seeing things and not knowing what to do and being excited because I'm like, oh, I got to figure this out.
Well, you are a special boy that I wish I had like similar things, because I just, you know how I was when I played Another World. It was one of the worst experiences of my life, and this is shaping up to be like up there.
There were no cinematic platformers on the Genesis. Oh no, Out of This World was on the Genesis. It was, but it never crossed your path.
I was too busy playing Streets of Rage 2, and who knows what else.
So we don't need to talk about more with that. I also played Iron Man on the Quest 2. I finally downloaded that. I started playing late at night, so I only did one mission. I did like the tutorial and the story bit, and then the first full mission.
Is that new to Quest or
fairly new? Like last month it came out. So Oculus Meta Quest. It's the VR. So you're Iron Man, and I'm a Marvel nerd. I like QR. I like VR. Thank you, Mom Brain. So it feels cool to be Iron Man. Like the opening mission is you're in a plane that gets like almost blown up, and Pepper's in the plane with you. And obviously you're Iron Man, so you're going to leave the plane. So you just jump out of the plane because your suitcase gets blown out of the plane. It has all your Iron Man stuff in it. So like you're free falling through the sky as like parts of the plane are flying everywhere. and you do your wrist thing to call the parts from your suitcase, and the suitcase opens up, and the pieces like fly at you, and it's like you got to put your hands up, and you put your hands up, and it's like pling,
So
pling, onto your
cool.
hand, and the chest plate comes in, it's like then you see the mask flying towards you because I don't know, Tony's like, I can't see anything, I don't have my meters or whatever, and the AI is like, it's coming to you right now, and you see the helmet flying like at you, and it opens up, and it's like on your head, and it's like all the stuff lights up, and I'm like, this is awesome.
That's so cool.
So then it's about like shooting these drones in the air, and your hands are up, and you're like, like with your, your palm striking everything. It's cool.
But you're still holding controllers.
Yes, you have controllers, but you're like shooting everything, and then like you got to get back to the plane, and it's like, something's wrong with the wing, and you gotta like bend the wing back into shape, and then Pepper tries to take control of the plane. She's like, I can't do it, we're not gonna make it, can't do it. And then it's like there's a fire on the plane, and you gotta fly over to one of the engines, and you switch out to like your fire extinguisher stuff,
Now
and
I
you're
don't
like,
have to play. Thanks for telling me
put
everything
that
about
out,
the first mission.
and then the plane's still gonna crash, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh! Do you get to kiss Pepper? That's all I want to know.
I tried to in the cutscene, and you can't. This is the first VR game I've played where it stops you from getting extra close to the person. Because when Pepper came up, I tried to like take my iPad and throw it at her.
Nice.
It wouldn't let me do it. And like she has a romantic dinner in the beginning. I tried to go over to like hug her, and it stops you from doing it. It's
Personal
really funny.
space.
But you can still throw stuff. So like Tony's like, picture of my father, and I'm like, and throw it across the
Nice.
room. That stuff's funny.
Is it MCU characters or no? They're not allowed to do that, right?
No, it's just like Tony. It's a guy that sounds like Robert Downey Jr.
Well, at least
Everybody does a great job so far. Yeah, it's good. But yeah, it's fun. It's just, it's a VR game. And I was playing it sitting down, which I shouldn't have done because like to fly, you have to have your hands at your side like this because your palms are the thrusters. So when you're sitting down, I'm playing like this. Doesn't really work. If I'm standing up, my hands would be down like this. So I'm like sitting on the couch with my hands awkwardly like this to fly. And I'm like, this is horrible. Why would they design it like this? And I'm like, this is a me thing. And I stood up and I was like, oh, this is much better.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's fun. It's arcadey fun. It's pretty much like, here's the things in the sky, shoot them. And then
at least you didn't jump headfirst into the TV.
No, but I
Thinking you were
did reach
thrusting.
forward too far with something because I was sitting down. I was like, oh, I had a VR mode. I was like going to grab a book or something. I hit my hand into the table and I was like, oh, I see how people do it.
That's cool that you're back. It's been a long time.
Yeah. The thing that was holding me back from playing was setting up the damn meta quest because I had it when it was the Oculus, and now you got to go through this rigmarole with your account and reset it up and update and then set it up again and then update again. And I was like, I'll just do it. So I did. So everything's good to go now. So I played that. It was fun. But the main course, anybody here heard of Sifu? I know I mentioned it today, but anybody know anything about Sifu?
No.
Sifu is farting awesome. It's amazing. It's a game where you are this guy. It's like a take on like an Asian kung fu movie.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was martial arts.
Martial arts,
related.
yeah. So in the story, your father
spelled?
is killed. SIFU. Your father is killed, and he's killed by like this gang. And you see this happen as a child.
Mhm.
And you then, of course, make it your life's mission to hunt these people down and kill them. So you train and then you go out and kill them. So it's very much a 3D beat 'em up.
Uh-huh.
But it is so multi-layered in its combat. Like there's so many moves you can do. It's not just like kick, punch, jump kick. Like I'm talking about like you do everything from like Van Damme to Steven Seagal kind of attacks. Like you can do, so there's lots of like slap hitting, but then there's real hits and jump kicks and crane kicks and slide tackles. Like you can do so much, huh?
Is there Rat Rumble?
No Rat Rumble in this. There is
0
regular Rumble.
out of
Regular
10.
Rumble though. And I have never played a game that feels more like an action movie like this. So like the first stage that you go into is like the apartments in the slums, and you have to work through a whole stage to get to the boss. And you go through like an apartment and walk your way through up an apartment, and then you jump through windows, and then you're down in the alleys, and every room. Not every room, but all portions of the level are filled with like a couple guys to fight, or a gang of people to fight, or a whole group of people with weapons, and you are like managing all of them. And if you hit them enough times and break their like blocks or stances, you get a chance to do a special attack that takes them out. So like you hit the 2 buttons and you go for like a kill shot, and it's so cool. You gotta play it. It's so awesome.
Why did I know about this?
I heard
beat
about
'em
it when it
ups.
came
It's
out,
like all I like.
and I was like, this looks pretty cool, but I never got around to playing it. The Switch version came out, and the physical version just released, and I was like, for a while now I've been like, I gotta play Sifu. I want to check that out, and it's so much. I feel like everybody should be talking about this game. It's amazing, and the real cool thing is, it has an age mechanic that I guess also signifies how this person has dedicated their life to avenging their father. So in the game, when you get knocked out, you don't die. You have a chance of restarting right from there, but you grow in age. So if like you die, you start at 20, you come back 21, but you can start right back where you are as 21. Now, if you manage to beat that person, I forget what you have to do, but if you get the person that killed you, it takes the death counter down a notch. So you died once, it retracts that, you're back to 0. But if you get into more fights where you die multiple times, the age counter goes up. So if you die and your age counter's at 3, instead of being 21, I'll be 25 or 24 at that point. So the more times you die in a stage and don't defeat the enemies after you die, the worse your death counter can get. So you can potentially get to a point where like you die, and dying adds 10 years to your life. So it's really cool. And you have a chance to replay every stage. So if you're not happy with how many times you died and how old you are now, because if you beat the stage and you die 10 years worth, then you're 30 when you're out of that stage. But you can replay that stage and try and do it with a better age. Because as you get older, you have less health, but you become stronger. So it's a trade-off. So you could be like, I'm 70 years old. I can kick ass now, but my health bar is half of what it used to be.
Does anything else?
It's a really
change,
cool.
like the
Yes, how you look.
technology,
No, all the stages are the same, but how you look changes.
Okay.
So you go from fresh-faced baby kid to like a little bit of facial hair to a goatee to like a pointy long goatee. I've only made it to 40 something so far, but
Us too.
it's a really cool mechanic. It's a really cool mechanic, and then you can level up your attacks and stuff like that too. Explaining it doesn't do enough justice. The game is amazing. The second level
sounds really fun.
The second level is a club. It's like every trope from an action movie, but done so well. So the second movie is a club
or a
where like a
sandwich
dance club, a dance club where you're like, you go in through the front door and then you get to the dance floor and everybody's fighting you there. And then like you beat up a whole bunch of guys. And then of course some extra badass comes out and the DJ hits the bass and it's like, boom, 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 while you're fighting this guy. You steal a key card, you go through like the bottle room and the champagne room, and then you're in like the back halls, and then you go through like it's just like you work your way. Yeah, the music's great. You work your way through this. The game doesn't have music unless it's pertaining to the stage.
Oh, okay.
So the first level doesn't have music other than like people's radios playing in the background. The second stage has the dance club music. The third stage is a museum. And you walk through the art installations as you go up. So there's like ambient artistic music. It's so cool. The game is so cool. And the best part is,
check it out.
If you make it through a stage and you say you lose 30 years of your life and you get to the boss, you can quit, but you get things in the stage so that you can make it to the boss much quicker. So first time through the museum, you got to go through every floor, but you'll get key cards and elevator keys. So you can restart. You get all those years back. You're no longer 60 or 30. You can go in the front door, kill a couple guys, take the locked door now that you have the key and go up 2 flights of stairs, take the elevator, fight a couple people after the elevator, and you're right back to the boss. So you never have to be like, I made it this far and I'm 40 years older. I got to beat the boss now. Otherwise, it's not going to count. You just earn the stuff to unlock a quicker path to the boss, and you can restart and get all your lives or all your age back.
You can only restart the level you're on.
Yeah.
And you can only...
You can restart any level, but you have to be in that level.
Okay, so you can restart the level that you're on at the age that you were when you made
when you
it to
first
that level.
came to that level. So doesn't matter how old you are at the stage at that time, you can restart and go right. Whatever you were when you first went into that level, that's the age you can be.
Is it
again.
difficult? Is it challenging? to
It's
get old?
challenging because it's not a beat 'em up in the sense that beat 'em ups are pretty much you just punch everybody a lot and they go down. People are dodging, blocking, and enemies do things that I've never seen them do in a game. If I'm in a game and I can jump over a counter or jump through a window, I'll do that to get away from them. And like guys usually like walk around and look at you or like jump through a window and then come fight you. These guys will see you do this, and some of them will jump through the window with a jump kick or like put their hands on the windowsill and jump out at you and punch you to get you. So like, even though you think you got a wall between you, they'll come at you. Like they'll kick a table at you. They'll kick things over at you. You get weapons too, and you can steal their weapons like a beat 'em up. So, you know, of course, because it's awesome. Your guy like kicks them off the ground and catches them to hit people.
Nice.
And there's swords and brooms and baseball bats, wooden and aluminum, which
Ooh.
makes them a lot more fun. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And then, of course, great variety in bad guys. And as a classic beat 'em up, I'm sure everybody here will appreciate plenty of women to punch in. And you know how most beat 'em ups lately don't really do things with like children or women in games. Now it's just like beat everybody up. Everybody's out to kill you. So it doesn't pull punches
Beat up
like that.
children?
There's younger people. I wouldn't say there's any like kids, but yeah, it's awesome. Like this is the next evolution of a beat 'em up. It's great.
Alright.
And you have a block button, but if you hold the block button and move a direction in the joystick, it's a dodge button.
Ooh.
But you also have a full body dodge. So full body dodge is literally jump out of the way. The dodge button is like this, like you dodge around. But the game is nice enough that, you know, if somebody's attacking from the left, you don't have to hit right to dodge. You just hit any direction and you'll dodge, which is crucial during boss fights because bosses are tough.
Sounds
Bosses
like a
are
lot of
pretty tough.
controls.
It's a strong punch, a weak punch. And ZR is like a focus attack. ZR slows down time and you unlock focus attacks, and it's like a wheel of choices. It'll be like jab in the eyes or sweep the leg or hack the bone. Or
Hack the bone.
It's cool. It's so cool. You guys got to check it out. I guarantee you're going to like it. It's awesome.
There isn't a demo for it by any chance, is there?
I don't know. You're welcome to try it here. I don't know if there's a demo. I don't know if it's on Game Pass either. I know it's on every system, and here's another thing. The game looks really nice. Very strong art style. Really nice looking on Switch. I was honestly impressed when it first started up. I was like, ooh, this is nice looking. I thought I was watching a cutscene and the game began. I was like, I didn't expect that from Switch. It looks really nice.
I want to play it.
It's
try it.
awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah, it's been a good week for games. It started off terrible with Oddworld crapping out on me. I liked Somerville. It was rough, though. I really liked Iron Man, and Sifu's the best. So there you go. There you go. We got your questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo, video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. GekkouKitsune says, if y'all had a farting contest, who would win?
Me.
Yes, you're right. I mean, that's it. No debate. It's you.
But but what's the criteria?
Loudest fart, longest fart, doesn't matter. You're gonna win it as long as you don't crap yourself. It's fine.
I mean, my farts aren't usually that.
What are you? Yeah, what are you trying to get at?
But I
Wettest?
Wettest? No, that's when
yeah,
you
right.
lose.
Loudest,
I mean,
longest.
wettest
Those
fart
are your
goes to
two
Nicky Hill.
categories.
Driest,
Yes.
loudest.
Driest fart.
Nicky Hill can get pretty loud.
He
though.
can, but I'm sorry, Nicky Hill. You're nothing compared to
Let's
Mom Brain.
get
Unless you've been
loud.
hiding things.
Are you
Let's
joking
get
or are you being serious?
I am 100% not joking.
I
You are
have a
unbelievable. Wind.
Mighty wind. I really do. I really do.
You do.
It's a talent.
This is the easiest question I've ever answered. I don't know anyone who has farts that match your capacity in any way, shape, or form.
And they're not always like rank, but often they are.
Ooh.
You know, it's not just like
It's a good
That's-
diet.
that's
you
up
have
for
a good
debate.
diet.
yeah.
Anybody else have any counterpoints or counterfarts they'd like to make?
Counterpart.
I mean, if we're talking about the largest number of farts, that's a tie
That's
between
Nicky
Deux
Hill.
and Nicky.
I'd say that's Nicky Hill. Most amount Nicky Hill I'd go with.
And the person who always believes that they've
Nicky
soiled
Hill.
themselves,
Nicky Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Senior Mountain.
You gotta check often.
Mom Brain, we also have a Patreon question.
Do we?
So when your name is Hill, you always expect a little dirt in the drawers.
A little mound. Did you know you could join the Patreon?
For $1.
For $1, as Billy says. Grantimus has today's Patreon question. This one should bring up what's the word I'm looking for?
Nostalgia?
No, a big response. I don't know what I was looking for. Hey, Pod Crew, what is your favorite brand or flavor of jelly beans? My lovely wife just bought $15 worth of jelly bellies, but there's a hell of a lot of flavors in there I don't exactly like. Give me the Starburst ones every day. Thanks and kisses. Well, first off, Starburst jelly beans, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Great
They're
one.
the
Great
ones I can
choice.
tolerate. I'm not a jelly bean
Me
guy.
either. I don't like jelly beans.
Yeah.
I like jelly beans.
I guess I'm not huge on jelly beans either, but I think I prefer like the citrus flavored ones.
Now, who makes jelly beans? There's Jelly Belly.
Brock's are like the
Oh, yeah.
classic. You know.
Nobody's eating Brock's. That's garbage. I listen. This might be a hot take, but Brock's everything is bad.
So
They're like bottom of the barrel candy.
remember
goes
when
to the
you
store
used
and
to be
they're
able
like,
to put
"Oh,
like
get
a
me a
nickel,
Brock's."
and there was like all the Brock's candy, like the wall of Brock's candy at the grocery store, and you put like a nickel in and take a piece.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, this rock
Root beer
hard
barrel.
Candy
grape
corn.
gumball that has been in here clearly since the machine first was installed.
Ugh.
You know, they used to call them Nerds jelly beans, but now I think they're just called Giant Nerds. They're good.
They are good. Tarsia says popcorn jelly bean supremacy.
No, thank you. Popcorn jelly beans I had probably like my second migraine of my young life after eating those, so I'll never eat them again. The first time was egg salad. I'll never eat that either.
Eileen Tom says
No.
Eileen Tom says Brock's is octogenarian candy. That's very
Talk
true.
about the
Get me the Brock's ribbon candy when you go out to the drugstore for my medication.
last year we did the Thanksgiving dinner jelly beans. And,
There's another horrible jelly bean out now.
I know,
and that's
there was
Brock's.
one and we
Thanks for
forgot.
reminding me about that.
Well, it's not that we forgot. We didn't get them. I don't think there was one
Jeez.
special
That's
one
enough.
over the summer that we didn't get. I think I do like those popcorn ones though.
Bacon Bits
when it
Hello.
comes
I
in.
like them too. Bacon Bits Hello.
It's especially a nice surprise when you have the.
They taste like buttered popcorn. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I like them. I
Sounds
like them.
nasty.
That's nasty.
But like the
nasty.
Bernie Bott's every flavor jelly beans, and
Mhm.
like you think like you get like dirt or something, and then you get the buttered popcorn. You're like, oh,
Listen,
Not worth it, man.
does Albanese make jelly beans?
those
Because
are
if they
just
don't,
fun.
they need to. Because
Oh,
they are
yeah.
the kings of jelly candy.
who's
Albanese grapefruit.
Albanese. They're gummy bears.
Albanese.
Yeah, you
Albanese
and I
is
differ.
all I need.
I'm an Haribo guy, and you know that.
Haribo, with peace and love, is worse than Brock's. Haribo is garbage. I'm sorry.
Do they make jelly beans too? Haribo?
Albanese.
I don't think
We
so.
don't think so. Haribo?
Yeah, Haribo.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think-
they do.
I don't think
Oh,
Haribo-
jelly beans. No, I guess they only make gummy bears and gummy worms.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
They
Hey,
make what they specialize in.
Bacon Bits wants to know who out of our
Especially
crew
bad.
eats the black jelly beans.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
nobody.
Anybody?
licorice?
I think
Oh,
Kirby's
nobody
most
here.
likely.
I like black
Out of all of
licorice.
us.
The black jelly beans?
You
Yeah.
do?
I
Those
like
are
black
licorice, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't like black licorice.
Yeah, me
Uh, you know, it's not
I'm a-
crazy that it's a divisive flavor. I know
mean,
it has
I've
its
never,
fans.
I
You and
don't
Mr.
really-
DeVita.
Obviously, I don't drink, like anisette or like
Mm.
those flavors, but I do
Mm.
like anise. Like
I
I've
don't-
grown up. I've grown up with that as like an after dinner.
Yeah, I like-
treat.
I
like to
don't like
drink
black
stuff like
licorice, but I do like those anisette cookies. That's true, and that's
Yeah,
licorice.
yeah. I'm not a black.
Nice
licorice
cup of
fan,
tea
but-
with those. What are those? The Stelladora S
S
ones.
cookies?
Yeah.
S cookies.
Remember
That's
we used to
good.
give those to Buddy the podcast dog?
I do.
That was like his favorite. He'd
I
get like
remember I
4 of
used
those a
to,
day.
I used to split it with
Oh,
them. Yeah,
man.
that was the life, man.
Lucky dog.
All right, that's the question. So not as many jelly bean fans here as I thought, but Starburst jelly beans are the king. That is the winner.
Yeah.
That's the
If I'm gonna- If
go-to.
I'm going to be eating jelly
I
beans,
want-
yeah.
Have you
it's
got
Starburst.
Skittles since they added their line
Turkey.
back?
It's funny that you say that. I got Skittles the day that the lime came back, and I remember complaining to everybody because every once in a while, if you're a Skittles person, you might get a bag that like some of the Skittles are like hard, like, and it's not because they're stale. It's because something went wrong, and there's like a sugar like conversion. And it
Oh,
like
okay.
screws up the texture. So like I was like, they screwed it up. My dream's over. And like I didn't get anything. And dude, 2 days ago,
Oh,
2 days ago, you asked me today. That's amazing. I bought at ShopRite some Skittles with lime, and the texture a little better, but
Hear this,
still
George?
oh,
quite a few of those like hard, weird ones. But I enjoyed the experience a lot better this time because
That's
it was.
Is it just flavor?
Bacon
Or do you
bits,
think
I
there's real
promise.
lime juice in there. I wonder if there's like
I don't think
something
there's
with the
juice.
One guy would know.
I don't think there's juice.
Bacon bits. We will answer that question in
Sounds
the
like it's
after
got
show.
juice.
It's got the juice.
Sounds like you and George need to go on a double date now.
George.
Who do you think
And
could
all
eat
you
more
eat-
lime?
all
Jelly
you eat
beans
are-
or
it's a Skittle date.
Skittles.
Well,
All right, let's do music.
I got music. Give me scurvy.
want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Kirby, don't look at my computer.
Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com. That is goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title. Help Mom Brain out.
Mikey3319 sends us this one. Let's see if there's just maybe an ad.
If you're
Definitely
inspired to, Fancy.
is. We'll get there. 3, 2, 1.
Make rocket go now.
Nope, another ad. 3, 2, 1.
This is a Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
Game Boy. A good time boy.
A sweet cheese.
I like it. It's a first party.
I don't think so.
It's some high quality.
It is first party. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mikey.
Oh, is it like Mario versus Donkey Kong?
No.
It's funny because I was thinking of Mario thing too. All right, so she didn't know it was first party. So that
Super Mario
confuses me.
Brothers 2.
Game and Watch. What do you not know is Mole Mania?
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
It was Mole Mania.
I love Mole Mania, and I don't remember that song, but that was high quality music. Miyamoto Mole Mania. More now, please.
M-O-A-R.
Happy 70th
Miyamoto.
birthday to Shigeru Miyamoto, by the way.
Okay. This one
I'm okay.
comes from Guy Bones.
Let's let Guy Bones be Guy Bones.
Who gives a PS. Tell RMC to stop worrying about the music. There will always be plenty of music. If I have to supply 10 songs a week, I'll do it. PPS, this game has such bad music. I'm not sure why RMC guesses it all the time.
I guess this all the time. Oh my God, is this James Bond Jr.?
It is.
You do guess that one a lot.
I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. Oh man. That's the epitome of bad Super Nintendo music.
That's rough. Thank you for that
I
one,
can't
Guy
believe
Bones.
it. After all these years, somebody sent in James Bond Jr. I can stop guessing and go on to a new one. While I already blew Mickey's Speedway because I'm an idiot.
James Pond.
So we're looking for some James Pond music. Yes.
This comes from Simon in New Zealand, who last submitted music in the year of our Lord 2007.
Oh my God.
wow.
Simon's still with us. Thank you. Where's he from?
New Zealand.
Kiwis.
Yeah. The bird and the food.
Also, Simon says,
Welcome back,
Oh.
Simon. I'm sorry they're laughing about.
hey team,
I like Kiwi birds.
thought I'd submit a song for the show since I was just playing this a minute ago and found the music quite delightful.
I wish I knew
Is it a new
some
game? Is it an
New
old
Zealand slang to say.
Get in the car.
There you go. That's it.
Get in the car.
We know this.
Go ahead.
Is this a short note?
This is We Play. It's Wii Sports Resort.
It's a short hike.
Oh, we knew it.
Got it again.
Great job. It was a short hike.
That game came up in a discussion this week about graphics.
What, terrible.
Somebody was like, I don't know why people play this game with the pixel smoothing off when it should be on. It makes for a much prettier picture.
I didn't know there was an
This is
option.
the
I don't
first
know anything
time
about anything.
for me.
This is the first time for me playing a short hike. Thanks, Simon. 2007. Wow. What a hole.
This one comes from Tony De La Mancha.
Tony De La Bologna. Man, just the instruments and the vibe make. I know it's not Bejeweled, but it reminds me of playing Bejeweled. system.
Switch.
We ain't got a prayer. Not first party.
No.
Doesn't feel like first party.
Is that you?
Was it me?
Untitled Gooski.
I got no clues here. I don't know. I got nothing here.
I don't know. Three Kings.
Yeah.
Kirby's hesitating. 9 parchments. Not a horrible guess.
The Banner Saga.
Oh, not a bad guess. Minecraft Legends. We don't know.
It was Towerfall.
Oh, okay.
Haven't played it.
T-Fall.
Know the developer. Haven't played it.
Greedfall, Towerfall, Godfall.
Tower F.
TF. T-Fall. T Tower F. You're right. You were right. Tower
Great
F.
job. We've got one
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
Hold on.
We
Thanks,
have no
hold on.
choice.
We appreciate it.
Holding.
Okay. This one comes from our very good friend, PT, formerly known as Prat Trap.
Prat Trap.
Let's just be sure here.
No, no, no.
Professor Layton.
No.
Hollow Knight.
No.
Fatal Frame.
No.
Switch?
I don't think so. Hold on.
Castlevania.
Oh, it is on Switch. Sorry.
Not Castlevania. Retracted.
My apologies.
Moon. What was that? Circle of the Moon.
Blood.
No.
Blood.
Mm-mm.
Stained.
Right.
We don't know.
Give up.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
I did not play that one. I know. That doesn't even give me Kingdom Hearts vibes. So, one more, please, and then we're done. More.
I would
Give
like.
me one more till I'm done.
That's
more.
right.
I would like to.
I would like you to shut the F up.
Oh my Lanta.
Well, I would like you.
To give you,
you to get the heck out of here.
to give you this little gem from our friend Rosemary the Farmer. Here goes.
Turn it up, please.
It's all the way up.
Oh, I like it. It's got a very first-party feel to it. Oh, maybe still. Is it first party?
It is.
All right, it's whimsical first party. System switch?
Switch. Freddie Fro says, come on, do.
Oh, no.
First party, switch.
Solitaire and 50 other games.
Nope.
Man.
They're saying you.
Moncala and 50 other games.
First party on Switch.
Yeah, what the heck would I have played? I mean, I played all the first party games. You want me to start naming them? I'll
Switch
start
Sports?
naming them.
I want you to get. I don't know what it is.
You know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, it's on the Switch. New Super Mario Brothers.
No.
Old Super Mario Brothers. Bowser's Fury.
Absolutely not.
Zelda.
Nope.
Mario Party.
Awakening.
Nope.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Yes.
Hey, I played that twice.
I got there. Wow. All right. If you want the title, we'll give you the title. You don't have to keep
I don't
proving
want
yourself.
the title anymore.
That sounded like a wet one.
It's a real messy title.
We got there. We didn't do too bad on music this week. Send in more music. Put music in the title. GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Where?
Do GoNintPod@gmail.com. Do you have anything for us? Do.
Dues, views, it's never news. Rumor of the week starring Do Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, a rumor has come across my desk, and it's related to somebody that we spoke about on the podcast, oddly enough, which never happens, this kind of thing. Turns out that we found out why Yuji Naka needed to do a little bit of insider trading. He was hard up for some cash. You know where all that money went? He was kidnapping forest animals and putting them inside like machines that he had
Oh my
made.
god, the real life Dr. Robotnik.
He was becoming Dr. Eggman.
Oh
yes,
my god.
He was.
You're either what's it about hero and villain? Live long enough to become the villain?
Either die a hero or
there you
live
go.
long enough
And
to
that's
see yourself become the villain.
exactly what happened
Oh
to
my
him. So
God.
luckily they caught him in time.
Whew.
And
the villain.
Either die a hero or
There you
live
go.
long enough
And
to
that's
see yourself become the villain.
exactly what
That's it.
happened
Oh
to
my
him. So
God.
luckily they caught him in time.
Whew.
And we're not going to need, a superhuman hedgehog to help us.
Beep boom boom beep boom boom beep 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 beep. What something about a hedgehog? What do we do? Something about a hedgehog recently. You and I said something about a hedgehog. There was a joke I want to make.
Oh yeah.
Think about that for the after show. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Celebrate
Goodbye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bacon Bits wants to know if we eat candy corn.
No, it's gross.
I haven't had it in a long time.
I like
That's
candy
what
corn.
that was. Those weren't jelly beans. That was candy corn.
What was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanksgiving
yes.
flavored business.
I like Starburst candy corn too, but yeah, I like regular candy corn. I can't eat a lot because it is very sweet, but I do like candy corn.
Speaking of candy, out of curiosity, I tried a Butterfinger a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
Your first? You're still picking it out of your teeth, aren't you?
well, we were talking about how we were saying this week apparently the recipe has changed and people are very unhappy with how
screwed up.
Butterfingers are
It-
now.
It did. I want to say it tasted less sweet than I remember them
Oh
being.
no.
It wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't terrible.
Okay, wasn't terrible.
was a
but
Ralphie. Oh no.
There, that's pretty
Yes, I
important.
would say it's still there.
wasn't terrible, but was noticeably different.
I don't. I mean, I wish there was a way I could do like a side by side comparison. But
I'm sure somebody out there's got old.
I've got a Butterfinger from
Butterfingers.
15 years ago.
Did someone try to lay a finger on it?
Oh,
nobody.
Is it
lays a
crispy?
finger
do they
on
still
my
make Butterfinger BBs?
What is it?
Oh,
Flaky?
remember those?
I do.
I
Do
don't-
they still make Butterfinger BBs?
I don't know. I don't see them
It
anywhere.
wasn't
Probably
just
at the movie
Butterfinger,
theater.
right? Didn't they have a couple of BB
Yeah.
options?
Did they make like Kit Kat BBs? Or
Did they have
something?
other
Or-
BBs?
I believe they did.
Really?
I thought they did. Unless someone ripped off the BB idea and made like their candy into
Made a
little
game
balls.
out
Are you talking about Dibs?
I mean, I've never heard that name before.
Because that's the same thing as BBs,
Is
but
that the
it's
movie
a
with the
ripoff.
black ladies in it? Or?
I think
No, that's Debs.
Debs. Butterfinger BBs and somebody else's
Butterfinger babies
Dibs.
were discontinued in 2006.
Oh, so
Oh, it's been a while.
not that recently. Dibs.
I still remember them like they were yesterday.
Looking up Dibs right now. Yeah, look at this. Nestle Dibs. Crunch. Frozen dairy dessert.
Why were Butterfinger BBs discontinued? It turns out they were coating
Mhm.
brass BBs in chocolate and selling them to children. No, it's not real.
I don't think you
They're
could get
copper.
away with that.
Yeah,
Oh, they could.
that might be more expensive.
BBs were a big part of some of our past skirmishes. Bacon Bit says to RMC, if Dr. Eggman was a bartender, he'd spike people's drinks.
What?
He did.
Wouldn't you want you'd want your bartender to give you more alcohol?
Is that what spiking means, though?
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah.
traditionally, spiking your drink means spiking a virgin drink with
Oh,
alcohol.
okay,
Traditionally, is what that means.
Yeah, but are we talking like roofing?
Yeah,
People?
like,
Yeah.
maybe that's
Like
what
he'd
they
roofie
mean.
people?
Maybe that's.
Well, I think I know Sonic, but I think the joke is about Sonic getting killed when he touches spikes immediately.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't pick up
But
on
yes,
that.
Dr. Robotnik would use drugs in drinks to.
Drugs.
I was trying to think of a way to say it. Yep.
Whiskey.
You know what? Have we ever seen a love interest for Dr. Robotnik? Because we've seen Sonic and Amy, and Sonic has also kissed a female human.
We
But
don't.
we haven't seen
know.
anybody for Robotnik.
We don't know what Robotnik does with Metal Sonic
Oh.
behind closed doors.
You know, it's true.
Why
If
did he
he's
build
building
that?
all those robots, he probably built a sex robot.
You know he burned it.
Get a load of this, Sonic.
Ew. Oh.
Listen, why do we hate the things we love?
It's the fact that he says get a load of this. That
He said it, not me.
I didn't realize that's what he meant.
It's
to
a
say.
quote. It's a quote from a game. He really did say that. Get a load of this, Sonic. He said it, not me.
And then he said, "Zip."
That he didn't say. Let's see if I can
His
find.
Zipper did the talking.
I'll never forget that he says, "Get a load of this, Sonic," because I was playing the infamous Sonic 06, and I got stuck in a boss fight where Eggman just kept saying that over and over and over and over and
So
over.
long, Eggman. Eggman.
Oh,
sorry, I was talking.
There was a get a load of this. It even sounds more sexual than I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of
this.
We might have to play this game.
Oh man, we're gonna have to add that one to the soundboard. Oh look, here's. I haven't watched this. It popped up and it was 22 seconds long. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There you go. Dr. Robotnik, the weirdest man around. Well, I'm sorry, Dr. Eggman.
Makes everybody.
Well, I guess
uncomfortable.
Dr. Robotnik, because in the movies he's Dr. Robotnik. Although I haven't seen the second one. Is the Eggman in the second one? Excellent. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games, hang out with friends and family, rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're out.
Doodly doo.